Welcome to Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage.
Man, I'm excited for Honey Pot 2. I mean, my boy, I'm gonna be gooning so much over that shit, bro. Have all my boys in the core with me. We're gonna be lining up, Gooners Unite. You already know, bro. Honey Pot 2, we're gonna be there.
Oh my god, I'm not mentally there right. I need your energy today because I'm not mentally there right now. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Give me
3,
okay.
2, 1.
Welcome to Off the Binge. Oh my god.
You got this, bro. Come on, you got this.
10,
I'm sorry.
9,
I'm sorry.
8,
I'm sorry.
You got this.
7,
you got this, bro.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I got it.
1, 0.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the Off the Binge podcast. I'm your host, Scratch, aka the Hispanic Assassin. You don't need to know much about me. I'm just your average boy who like to goon, watch some romance and ecchi, some hentai too here and there. But that's not here or there about the introductions. We're here to talk about week 11 of the summer anime season. And I'm not here to just talk about this myself. Oh, no, sir. I'm also here to talk about this with my co-hosts. And we're here to talk about how in this week, it's not just the mains who are trying to get, the little action with, the main characters. No. The side piece trying to get a piece of that. We're going to talk about that and divulge in that in a little bit. But first, I want to introduce my co-hosts, like I was saying before. The first one I want to introduce, the main man himself, the GOAT, the legendary, the one and only Legend D Vash.
It's your boy, the legendary human attack phone that's known as the lover for long titles and isekais. I love my fantasy series and I love my isekais and I love long titles that even explains the summary of said show. So it's going to be great for this week 11. We have a good discussion for tonight. Some series, well technically one already ended officially and we're going to be talking about. And then next week episode, like almost 15-20 series will be ending. So we'll be having an interesting episode. We will do our best to have a 4-hour show next week or less. But the person next I want to pass it to is to the white shining armor, MemoryNK, the warrior of the night.
Yeah, what's going on, everyone? We're winding down on the season. It's been a crazy, obviously. It's been a crazy season to say the least. I'm sure, in a way, it's going to be a weight off of a lot of our shoulders, which with a lot of the stuff we've been watching and trying to keep up with. Also, just. We're going to have more discussions about this and we'll have something more concrete to give y'all, but we are going to obviously be doing the stream again for the next season of anime, like what we're going to be watching and stuff like that. So stay tuned for more details on that. But yeah, also the Demon Slayer movie came out over the past weekend. So I know a lot of people, even some of us saw that. So a lot of good stuff going on, I feel like, as the season has been winding down. So I'm excited for another cast and to see some of our thoughts, hear some of our thoughts on some of the things that are, have wrapped up and things that are, in the climax essentially. So, but yeah, Grem, what's going on, man?
I'm the only one, of course. Second week, 5th, 7th, 8th. I'm the only one to ever always be caught up, and I'm caught up, and nobody else is. Fucking wild. Who would have guessed? What's that, guys? You all looking around? Crash laughing.
Give yourself a pat on the back, buddy.
I'm just saying.
I don't know, I guess I want to say thank you for doing the homework of our podcast, the point of our show, talking about weekly season anime. We appreciate one of the co-hosts for always being on top of their work. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Standing on business. Just saying, so there's a little joke going around. One of us likes to call the rest of the people here part-timers, and I understand that and I agree with that person, but all I'm saying is I'm the only one doing the job. So anyway,
Man, God, speak on that.
And with that said, let's move on to our second thing, binge chillin', which apparently Vash has watched a lot of stuff. What's up? What's that hand for? What's up?
I was gonna say, before we get that full transition to the binge chillin', I want to say, since our boy MemoryNK spoke about Demon Slayer of the movie, I want to give a shout out to the Anime Podcast episode 194 that's dropping tomorrow for those that are watching the episode Monday. We our boy Watkins gave a non-spoiler review, and we spoke some news about the box office and much other things coming out this past week when it comes to Anime Podcast. So go check that out if you want to hear a bit of a non-spoiler review when it comes to the movie of Demon Slayer. So go check that out. We might hear more of a discussion from the two gentlemen here that saw the film during their binge chilling. But like Grem said, talking about binge chilling, I didn't do a few things since I wasn't able to go to theaters to go watch it with Crash because life happened, some things came out. So wifey said, hey, since you're not able to go watch it, why not let's check out the Demon Slayer season 1. So me and wifey has been watching the Demon Slayer season 1. We're up to episode 13 currently as of this recording, and from what I saw in New York, that the movie don't leave theaters until next week, latest Tuesday or Wednesday in some theaters. In Monday still in some Manhattan theaters. So in Tuesday, Wednesday, like you gotta go travel to like Queens, Long Island, type of far distance if you want to still check out the movie. So like, hey, let me binge watch with wifey. Me and her are off Monday. We're gonna go to the gym tomorrow night, so we're gonna continue watching the rest of season 1 and then watch the movie, and then we're gonna see if she's still interested to watch season 2 to 4, if she wants to stream it with me, or we're gonna watch it off air. So only time will tell. Lots of fun there. So I've been enjoying the rewatch of season 1. Honestly, like I've really been having a good time, even though wifey wants to skip the opening every single episode since she doesn't want to hear 12 times in a row, which is understandable. Hey,
I was about to say, did she not like it?
No, she enjoys the opening, but also when me and her were thinking of that Crocs, she would have, because back then I was in the stock sense, I was in the back in the back room, and I had my own speaker, and I will play anime openings. And during the time of my year working, I had that song. I played that song, so she knew. So like she's like, oh, so this is where this opening comes from this show. She's like, yes, this one.
Oh my God, I love Lisa, but fuck, man, I can only listen to Gringing like 5 times.
No, but what's funny that Menga brought up their name Lisa is because we're also watching SAO season 1. So she heard Lisa from that opening, and then she hears this one. So I told wifey like, hey, so she made this opening back in like 2010 or something like that. Now she made this opening in 2018.
I know Lisa from Crossing Field.
Yeah. So like I know about her before she became popular. Y'all not the same.
Not the same.
Okay, stop. Lisa Crossing Fields was like one of like the first like huge things that blew Lisa up. So I mean, like,
yeah, but like nowadays the people getting the anime, they hear that, they hear Demon
Slayer
or SAOs ever, which is like kind of crazy.
Which is understandable, because technically when it comes to what Nate said, to prove his point, my wife heard the 2 songs most played in that year in the locker room at the stock room. She heard the Demon Slayer opening season 1 and the opening of Dodoro.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one.
Those are 2 songs she heard all the time. So understandable. She heard it at sometimes when the Crunchyroll is being cast, sometimes the icon, it didn't say skip opening. So I will let it play.
Yeah. I've noticed that too.
Sometimes it doesn't pop up, which I'm okay with, because I told my girl like, hey, my excuse is I don't want to skip. But my girl knows I know how to skip it very well, that will get to the opening because of One Piece. So I know how to time it. So at times I have to skip it myself. It hurts. It hurts when I press skip 10, skip 10, skip 10, skip 10. It hurts my soul doing that. But enjoyable nonetheless. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, seeing them. I just saw the scene where Zenitsu did that with the one breathing, the lightning flash. So that's pretty cool scene. We just finished the arc of the drums. Of the drum guy, so that's pretty cool. But during the anime podcast, because for those that don't know, quick behind the scenes, we record anime podcast first and then after binge. During anime podcast, Watkins brought up saying that Crunchyroll made a TV special having the season 1 in arc. So instead of watching 24 episodes, you could watch 5 episodes, but each of them is like an hour and a half or 2 hours long. I didn't know that existed until during that episode. So in my head, I'm like, would it be better for my girl to experience all the other 10 episodes?
The movie. They
For
did the
movie
movie.
train.
They did that with the movie. With movie.
Yeah.
So
Train.
no, so with this
But
they
this is
flip it.
season 1.
Yeah, so this time they flip it. Instead of you watching all 24 of season 1, you could just binge watch 5 episodes, like
like a
episode 1.
director's cut kind
Yeah,
of thing.
it's
or
like a
something.
director's
Yeah.
cut. But I don't know
Mhm.
if they cut anything out, or did they just cut the opening and the ending? What did they do? Or did they cut the little last 2 minutes of the Gibby stuff they have sometimes with the jokes and everything? So they probably cut that
Oh,
out
yeah.
as well. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
technically a good 6 minutes of the opening with the ending and with the little Gibby stuff. That's probably a good 6 minutes each. So maybe, I don't know, but I'm gonna talk to Wifey, let her know, like, hey, I found out this information. You want to stick into the last 10 and we get to the movie, or we just watch the 3 parts or 2 parts of movie now that's left for us. So that's been fun. The Demon Slayer, I don't got much else to say, because if you guys want to see my opening or technical reaction that I used to do, go check out season 1 that I did with my old co-host, OT member Sam. So go check that out. It was fun. We have great thousand views. I know Nate has done it as well, and those are great reactions that he has done. The other thing that I did watch on my binge chilling is the season 1 of Vending Machine that I did not finish, because I did finish with the team, but during those episodes that we did finish, I was asleep, it seems like it, because I did honestly not remember.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were.
I didn't remember
You
more.
and Neko both asleep. Trust.
Oh, so it seems like they knew I was asleep, but when I woke up at the end of episode 12, they said, hey guys, great episode. In my head, I'm like, yeah, great. In my head, I'm like, fuck, I didn't pay attention to the last 2. They didn't say anything to me, and then now I'm finding out that they didn't also sleep, but they just was waiting for me to bring it up or something or not. But hey, I finished it, so I'm happy.
Every time we tell you every time we tell you were asleep, you always deny it. You're like, nah.
Sometimes I don't know.
awake.
Sometimes I do
was
deny
awake.
it, but because sometimes I'm trying to hide it, like, hey, I can watch it on my own later. I just don't like to admit it. But I did finish it. Mega Grem noticed I was watching it because he was questioning like what I was watching. I was about to start season 2, episode 1, but I changed my mind because he felt a bit like, yo, we started this. We got to end it together, my G. I'm like, you ain't wrong. It's just your look, chat. When I'm busy, the best thing, the easy for me, because I do a lot of work on the side, upload fees and other stuff, other projects I'm behind them, but I'm getting to it, is that I catch up to anime dub. And it's just an easy way to get into it. Look, Mega
I
Grem
hate the
and
Vending
Memory.
Machine's voice in English.
Yes, it's not the best.
Oh,
Agree.
same.
It's not the best, but it's easy for me to just pay attention to the story, still get the message, still get the character development, like Nate said in the beginning, talking about the shows, and still do the work I gotta do and multitask. So I can't do that. My Japanese ain't that good for me to still be coherent. It's not that good, I'm gonna be honest. So that's why if it's work I gotta sub and lock in, it's different. Other than that, we could talk about this later in rom-com, because I definitely want to bring it up. I know Crash is excited because I was in here last week to talk about. I cut up to Cup of Cuckoos, and I do want to say,
Thank you, please.
when I threw shade on Crash during the thread saying that it can't be that good, and this
Man, God, Grem, you're so grateful.
Because he said it was a 10 out of 10. I'm like, look, it's not, can't be 10 out of 10. But watching it, I would give it like an 8.5. It got better. It got better from season 1. I like the character development better. A few things of dialogue between the characters. I did watch some of the episodes dubbed because it was easier to binge, like I said, chat. Easier for me to digest what I need to do and still do other things and tasks. But it was enjoyable. I will break it more down when we get to this episode, because I know I'm not alone, because I want to talk to Crash and Memory about this, since I know he also caught up since he was behind a few episodes as well. So it's good to get back into it. But those are my 3 shows I caught up. Demon Slayer rewatch with Wifey. Demon Slayer. Couple of Cuckoos finally cut up to the summer season, and also Vending Machine that I could finally catch up with the guys and watch season 2, since they're about to be wrapping up episode 12 this coming week. So we have 11 more to go. Yay!
Yes, sir.
So
For
Nate,
me,
I pass it to you.
Well, I mean, me and Crash maybe could talk about the Demon Slayer movie. I don't want to really go all crazy into it, honestly. I just kind of wanted to, because that was one of the things that I did do, got to on the side. I enjoyed the movie way more than the past 2 arcs we've had, like the Swordsmith Village and the Hashira training. Like, this movie was a big step up. Honestly, the part with like Giyu and Tanjiro and Akaza, like that section in itself could have been a movie on its own. Like that section of the movie had to be like an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it made up like majority of the movie. Which is when that happened at like around the midway point, or like it was like maybe an hour or so in. Like once it got to that point, it just hit like a different gear. You could tell when they were focusing on that. Which the content before with like Shinobu and with Zenitsu, like it was like honestly like my biggest nitpick or complaint or whatever you'd want to say is like the backstories that they were kind of like throwing at you so much like at the beginning. Like, you know, I know we had Akaza's backstory in the movie later on was just like one big thing. And I would rather it go about it that way than you be in a fight and then backstory, you get more of the fight, backstory, get more of the fight, backstory. I'd rather you just give it to me all at once. If you're going to do that, take me out of the action and kind of kill the momentum, kill the vibe. Like that was something at the beginning of the film I was not really that big on. So like for that bit, like there were just some character moments at the beginning with like Shinobu and even Zenitsu, more so with the guy he was fighting, Kaigaku, which obviously there's a past there and all that with him and Zenitsu and Gramps, which the Gramps and Zenitsu stuff, I've always liked that. So there was more of that. So I did like that. But, you know, some of the Shinobu moments and like, I don't know, like the little backstory bits, like they were just, it wasn't really hitting all like that. Like, yeah, it looked fantastic. The action was great. Even seeing Zenitsu's new, like, you know, the technique and all that, like that was dope. Like the way they showcased it was awesome. Even the way Kaigaku like went out was hilarious in my opinion. Like that was like, I actually really enjoyed like that part of it. But you know, I just feel like it wasn't hitting at its strongest at the beginning of the film. It was really the Giyu, Tanjiro, and Akaza content that really like, you know, stole the movie essentially, right? Like the Akaza backstory, although maybe you could say it kind of dragged because it was really long. Like I said, like it made up the majority of the movie. The Akaza backstory at some points maybe did drag a little bit, but overall, I would say I still did like that backstory, and I feel like it was important for a character like him, especially. So yeah, like production wise, action wise, like that's primarily what I was excited for, looking forward to when going into this movie, and it didn't disappoint whatsoever on that, you know, side of things. Even the music they were using and a lot of the scenes, like
that soundtrack,
yeah,
so
new
hard.
soundtracks they were using. Like I mentioned Zenitsu earlier, like that soundtrack, like a lot of the music they were using for him, and even the new technique. I think that was a new track they used. That was sick. I mean, the music, production wise, we never have to worry about that when it comes to Demon Slayer. For me, it's always been the characters, the story, that content. So like, it's not like a 10 out of 10. I didn't give it like a 9 out of 10. I'm probably somewhere around like a 7.5, maybe an 8 at the highest, which I will take because, like I said, Swordsmith Village and Hashira Training were just not good at all, in my opinion. Like, I think I gave those like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Like, I was so low on those arcs.
I'll come back to you soon about that.
Yeah, so the fact that this like took that big of a jump, I feel like is a good sign. Hopefully it can keep it up. You know, also there were some things I found later in the movie to like with Tanjiro to be kind of BS that they introduced. Like Crash probably knows what I'm talking about. I figured Tanjiro was going to need some kind of a boost to get him on the Hashira level, or to, you know, make it to where he can be beyond them, because even with his training, he was still not on that level. So I figured some bullshit was going to happen at some point, and it happened in this movie. So that was one thing I wasn't a fan of either. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. I was honestly, it exceeded my expectations because I was going into it for the action, primarily production, and it hit on that note. But then some of the story bits, character bits did, you know, surprise me. Like I actually did like him, and mostly I feel like it revolved around Akaza for sure. So yeah, I said I wasn't going to talk about it that much, but you know, I tried to do as best as I could. Crash. Hey. So I'm curious how you there was one other thing that I started, another series totally not related to Demon Slayer, but it's called Captain Earth. It's a mecha series from Studio Bones. I only watched like the first 2 episodes, and it's always been a series that's been on my radar only really because of the opening. Like the OP, like there's been a couple anime like that I've started just simply because of the OP, and I'm sure we've all been there before at certain points. But yeah, like Captain Earth, Yeah, Captain Earth, I started it, and a lot of like it is Bones, so like that is a similarity to like Eureka 7, but even like the plot and the characters, the base setup reminds me a lot of Eureka 7 as well, especially with like the main character and his father, and how his father kind of left or seemingly left, you know, something behind, you know, for him in a way. So I'm curious, like how I'm gonna feel about it when I go more into it. But I did enjoy. It's a pretty standard, I feel like, mecha kind of anime setup off rip. But I will say it had one of the cooler like transformations I will see for like the designs for the robots for the mechas, you know, itself like is so cool. And the way they did the actual like transformation, they had like multiple zones that kind of like, so you had like the launch pad, and then like the mecha would get sent off, and it would go through like each like circular zone, and like different parts of it would be added to it. So it was kind of cool. Like it would go through the first zone, it would have like a couple attachments put on it, and then it would like blast off into the next zone. It would get like a couple more attachments, and then it would get to the final one, and then you would see like the full thing after it. I've always been a sucker for those, like seeing the transformations like of the mechs, and you know, the takeoff sequences. I'm always a sucker for those. So that was really cool. So I'm hopefully I haven't heard the best things about the series, honestly, but maybe I'll feel, you know, differently. But only 2 episodes in, so a lot more to go. I think it's like 25 episodes or something like that. So
okay, it's a little short bench to enjoy.
Yeah, more Bones greatness,
along with your Naruto binge.
Yeah, going great.
Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it?
All right, Crash, what's up, man?
It's crazy.
You want to speak on Demon Slayer at all, or
no? Not really. I fell asleep throughout the movie, so I really have nothing to say.
No,
the whole movie though.
That's funny. That's funny. Crash said that because I was like, I was telling this, I think, to Neko in Discord.
I saw part of it, and I didn't understand like how the fuck you call that,
like, bro. If you went into the movie like kind of, if you were running on like no sleep, or you were like exhausted, like I could like some parts of the movie, especially like the Akaza backstory, like it did drag a little bit. Like it was a lot. Like I wouldn't even like I can't even really blame. Like he said he was. I think you said you were already kind of a little tired, right? Kind of going into it, or like
you went at 3 p.m. I understand for Nate's time because he went at 9:30, so it's already nighttime. Until like 1 in the morning. I believe is when you wrote in the thread of like of the Anime Central. You said a couple of spoilers and everything, but with Crash, you went to at 3 p.m. How did you still fall asleep?
Wait, look, I want to defend him real quick because the last
time I'm about to say some wild shit, but go ahead.
You're good, bro. Look, the last time I went to a movie theater, I remember going with my brother.
It's easy to pass out of a movie theater.
It was like noon, bro. I fucking knocked out for 3 hours, bro. I was gone, bro.
Bro, you missed the whole movie.
Some of them
I didn't watch. I don't know what happened, bro. Those chairs are so comfortable.
The AMC chairs, bro. They hit different, bro. The premium seats. I paid for premium seats.
You have to force yourself to like sit up. Like you can't be like leaning back.
No, bro. The chair's like mine. You just lean all the way back. Just your feet up. I was so comfy over there.
That's the trick, bro. That's how they get you, man. Wow.
I'll pay good money for that. Fuck it.
You pay $20 for an icy and a popcorn, and $20 for the ticket. That's $40. You fall asleep during it. They got your ass, bro.
That's $40 of a nap that they just paid for that.
Bro, that was crazy. A freaking popcorn. A popcorn was like $10. I was like, I swear the last time I was here was like 7 or 8, but go off.
Inflation, my G. No, but Crash, talk to us. Talk to us about your nap.
So I got to the fight with Sensu, and I got bored and I fell asleep. And then everyone kept clapping, and I woke up. So I was like, "Oh, did he beat him?" And I see the slash going down. I was like, "Okay, cool, yeah." So he's out. Yeah, nothing important. And then the flashback with I didn't even see the fight. It was that boring. It was. I didn't.
You saw the new technique though. You saw Zenitsu's
just as it was happening. I was like, "Oh, what?" Seen it, and then everyone starts clapping. Like, "Oh, okay, we're up. Okay, we're up. Cool." And then I'm watching, and then we've seen the backstory. Literally, he was talking. I forgot his name, but the third upper.
Kaza.
Excuse me. Yeah, Kaza. We see his backstory with the little girl.
Yeah.
And then they were sitting down on the outside, whatever, the house. And then I fell asleep. And the next thing I know, I wake up, and then he's beating himself up. I'm not gonna spoil anything past that. And then I was like, oh, is that it? And then people start clapping, and I was like, bro, this shit's so mid. And then everyone stayed quiet. And then my friends looked to my right, and they're like, are you for real? I'm like, bro, I paid $20 for this trash. And then some guy behind me is like, what the fuck you just say? And I was like, bro, I've been sleeping this entire time. Why am I not impressed with this? Everyone was looking at me so hard, and I was like, oh.
Hear me out. It's because you slept through it.
Yes, it's
You know,
because you
you
slept
can't-
I mean, I
through
was snoring, so someone
But
kicked my
this-
back in my seat too for
You
that.
didn't experience the movie if you didn't really get to see the movie and see
Yeah.
the attachment of the characters. It's not that you was like you probably went in tired, like you probably went in with no energy because long day the day before, the night before, so you already went in exhausted, and you didn't get to experience the attachment of certain characters. Like that's a benefit of me missing out the movie.
Well, to
Is
be
that
fair- to be
I don't
fair,
have
the
the
author
attachment
is
to some
really
characters
bad at
either.
writing characters, so you don't really got attached into him anyway. So
I mean, I will say, for that kind of movie, like you have to be really, really invested with Demon Slayer. Like me personally, I liked the third season more than anything, but I can now say 100%. Like, I don't think this is like some kind of like Avengers kind of movie. This shit's gonna drag on for a minute, and if you're not invested with the backstory, if you don't care for the lore, buckle up, because this shit's gonna go on for another 2.5 hours in the part 2, 3 hours in the part 3. I know next part's gonna go ham with the second upper, so I can't wait to see that. Again, I'm not gonna try to spoil nothing, but I'd probably rewatch it. It was good. It was great. Even I'd even say I rated it a 9 out of 10. I would give it higher, but again, I fell asleep, so I'd have to rewatch it. But I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10 if I saw the whole thing through. That first fight, though, if you know, you know. I was very, very shocked. I actually got out of my seat when I saw that. That's the only thing I cared about, that first part. We can't speak on it. Just no, I was so upset.
All I want to say is like it didn't even like really like hit for me. Like I feel like how it probably should have, right? Or how they were trying to make it come across. You know, like it just didn't. It didn't hit for me. But I don't know. That's just the thing with Demon Slayer. Like especially with the character moments. Like I feel like more often than not, it just doesn't hit. And when it does hit, you're just like, oh shit, like. This doesn't happen often, so I'll take it, right? Like I think of like Rengoku. I think of like I think of Rengoku, like I said, Tengen even like Akaza in this movie. Like there's been some nice character moments. It's just like I don't know, man. It's hard to like it's hard to feel for some of these things that happen, I guess, in the
all I'm saying is Yoko's
like,
milking the fuck out of this, getting their money.
Yeah, and then some of the characters just get like shafted, bro. Like they introduce like you see like I get it, you know, it's a movie and there's only so much you could like even with the runtime, there's only so much you could like have in it, right? But like
it's Infinity Castle, you got Infinity, bro.
There's like a couple of the Hashira, like four of the Hashira who like are fighting fodder for like a couple minutes and then you don't see them at all until the very end of the movie when they kind of remind you like, okay, yeah, these characters are still here. You wait 2 or 3 more years and you'll see them fight actual people important in the next movie. So like that part of it kind of sucks. Like,
isn't
right?
it
Like,
Infinity Castle like a maze? So maybe they got lost. Maybe they had a little long.
No, I was making that joke. I was like, man, these characters have been running for the whole movie through the castle, bro. Like that was like because I went with my brother and there was at the very beginning, Genya, the dude with like the gun, the shotgun or whatever, like he was running and he's like, brother, he's like talking about his brother or whatever.
I must find my brother.
And he was running. And then the next time we saw him in the movie was at the very end and he's still running. And I whispered to my brother, I'm like, this dude been running the whole movie.
Exactly, it's been running. Like,
And my
hey,
brother's like,
their own side mission. They've been having their own side missions of running, trying to find what they need to do for the next mission, next goal.
That's something you have to like. The way the Infinity Castle is set up, it's dope. Like, right? I feel like the way they showcase it, the way like they like. That was never really anything I was worried about, right? I feel like Ufotable and like the production side of things, like we never really have to like it's good, right? That's just what we expect. Even the thing that I said was bullshit with Tanjiro towards the end of the film, like the way they visualized that was awesome, but it's just the timing of it.
That thing he did was funny. I was up for that. I saw that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it was. He was like,
but it was BS.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, but it was BS. And it was like we'll get into it at another time. I'm sure, like off recording, but.
Or maybe
You know,
next
Demon
week.
Slayer fans really got their nut off. I'll tell you that much. A lot of people really enjoyed the fuck out of this movie.
Hey,
yeah, I mean,
if you saw the
passed, like,
reports,
Pokemon.
if you saw the reports that
first
two
movie, right?
crazy type of theater experience has happened, so yeah, some people probably did get their crazy off.
Get pissed on.
Yeah. But I do want to transition to Mega Grem. Have you binged anything outside of...
Please be advised, audience and listeners. The main topic of this show is
He watched Vending Machine without us.
Seasonal anime. If you're behind, no worries.
Season 2, Vash. He watched it without us. There's
the time codes in the descriptions. For this episode, we're reviewing week 11, September 8th. From Monday, September.
Give it up for week 11, guys. Give it up for week 11. 2 more to go. We almost there. 2 more to go.
Welcome to our seasonal spotlights, our deep dives, and mini reviews. Also, he's right. I've watched the first 7 episodes of season 2 of Vending Machine. Anyway, Shonen category.
I wasn't kidding.
First,
I didn't just say that to say it.
But then he comes at me that I was about to start watching. That's crazy.
I'm gonna give you shit for it. Yeah, I'm gonna give you shit for it.
But then I can't do it without just
I've been waiting for a month.
It wasn't communicated. I didn't know. Anyway, how we heard about the Shonen anime. I'm gonna just go quick because
we started yesterday. For the record, me and Neko decided that we were just gonna leave you fools behind. So me, Neko, and Sophie watched the first 7 episodes. Anyway, first category. Do we got some honorable mentions, boys?
I'm gonna just say Kaiju no Break. I did not see, haven't watched, so I'm not gonna really try to rush or keep up to it. I'm gonna say my quick thoughts for Sakamoto Days Part 2, Episode 10 and 9.
Is Sakamoto Days gonna be honorable mention, guys?
I'm behind my own episode, so you guys are
ask
me on
the
that
Connect. The Connect can literally give it to you. Episode 11 drops tomorrow, the final episode. Just ask the Connect.
I am on this hate train for Netflix. I literally emailed them saying, "Why the fuck are you doing this to my life? I'm paying. You guys don't understand. My parents are struggling with the fucking minimum of Netflix, so they gotta watch that shit with advertisements. Imagine fucking paying shit with advertisements. Meanwhile, I'm paying premium, and fucking Fragrant Flower just came out last fucking week with the first 2 or 3 episodes. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? And in 2 weeks.
Let them know.
But anyway, fuck you, Netflix. No, I'm paying it. I'm watching it normally. Unfortunately. But anyways,
unfortunately,
we're watching it through VPN.
Unfortunately,
I mean, guys, I think Sakamoto Days deserves an actual spot. What about y'all? Personally, in my opinion,
the reason I'm giving it honorable mention, quick thoughts, fires, because we have 2B or X to really talk about a lot. So that's what I'm trying to go through things.
Mid V Hero X can, we can talk about.
Whoa, tranquilito. That's the goatness of 2B Hero X.
I mean, the big thing I wanted I mean, what's really
moved away.
What?
We can talk about Togen Anki and Sakamoto.
Togen Anki does not deserve of the main thing.
It's better than fucking Gachiakuta.
I couldn't.
Hey, chat, this is conversation that we should have had behind the scenes before we got straight into our shonen to know that maybe Sakamoto should have moved.
Part 2, episode 10. It's a really good episode. Fucking our boy Sakamoto coming in to save Shin and the ear guy who got his ears blown out, which
is Kiji.
Hey, yo.
Ear guy who got blown up. All right, look, I don't care about names. What are you on about?
Look, I like my boy Kiji because I wanted him to actually probably join the team or join the squad.
His ears are dead. He's gone.
He's gone now. Now he is. I was hoping before his ears got blown out that he would join the team. Now that his ears got blown out, he's gonna be fodder or probably dead.
Not his ears. Anyway, Sakamoto comes out of nowhere and completely steals the show. Shin's like, but I wanted to do it, and he's like, yeah, but you're a pussy, and get out of here. I'm gonna go teach this fool not to mess with my friends, and blows up a lake. Shows out, throws him into the air, suplexes him, destroys the VR headset, makes him his bitch, pees on him, and then walks away with his arm in the air. It's pretty cool. Sakamoto's cool. But before that, because while that is what Sakamoto did, he did not steal the show from me in this. I really do think Shin put up a hell of a fight, fighting with his precognition with only a couple minutes left, and he put in enough of a fight that homeboy on the other side said, "All right, fine, I guess I'll fight for real." And you know he put it. I'm just saying he showed up. He showed up.
I think they displayed some nice, like, I feel like, chemistry too.
Right.
During that, so like that was nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that.
I was gonna say that I like the dynamic between Kiji and Shin. The dynamic between how they both work together was really cool. Like, one could read the minds, but one could do a lot of good hearing. So that's why I like the dynamic of like, of what could they accomplish and establish as a team. But sadly Kiji's down. But I do agree that Shin kind of final test, and also having his own type of flashback of the old lady telling him like, hey, you can't overdo it, you can only last 5 minutes if you continue doing this, or you may die soon. So I love how she's kind of gave him a lesson, and he decided to break the lesson and say, cool, I'm gonna surpass my limits and take this opportunity. And that was really good. That was really cool to see Shin, because he sees that he wants to be beside Sakamoto, not behind him. So he wants to be as his equal, and he wants to continue getting better. And that's what I love about the beginning of this episode as well. As you mentioned, that when Shin said that, hey, I couldn't leave the battlefield after the instructors got headshot, which I have a question about this examine, because who the fuck is supposed to be assassins after this exam? Because all of them are dying, and all of them are getting headshots. Even the instructors are being thrown like a cartwheel. So it's like,
well, to be fair, professional assassins aren't supposed to be in this test, and this guy's clearly a pro who's barging into the test.
That is,
so, I mean, they're not ready for this type of thing to be happening.
That is true statement in the aspect. It's just that I didn't expect, when I see, like, for example, like a tuning exam or other exam, they say that you may die.
Guess what? In the tuning exam, one of the instructors dies.
Exactly.
3 of them, I think, because they fucked around with the wrong person. So
I just didn't expect this one to expect all the instructors to have died, almost all the examinees to have died. So like literally all the sectors. It seems like, I
don't think he took out that many examinees. I think most of the examinees are still in the forest. I think we just had 2 teams here that got. One team that got clapped, and then he came up on Shin's team, who's completely fine. So, I mean, I don't think he took... I think he took out 1 team. I think you're exaggerating a bit.
Only time will tell by the time we get at the end of this arc, aka most likely by next episode 11. But I already enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this episode 10 and how we're ending off with 22 episodes still. Interesting choice from the Sakamoto's production for this little 2-part. But... Nate, I want to pass it to you. How did you enjoy by this episode 10 as well?
I enjoyed it. I mean, for a lot of the things I feel like Grem mentioned, Shin was showing out. Obviously, I like seeing the chemistry between them, but also, it kind of reached a point where like Sakamoto was like, okay, like I gotta step in here, and we saw how that happened. Like, I think like obviously the coolest things, which Crash may not, when he sees it, I just feel like it's going to be a thing Crash is not going to be a fan of, like, because he's going to be like, this ain't some shit an assassin could do, blah, blah, blah. Like with the airplane freaking wind.
I saw the photo. I saw the photo. I'm ready. You already know what I'm about to say about that.
Oh, the car thing of the plane where you spin that shit. Like,
I seen somebody.
I'm a Beyblade.
I don't know who it was.
I'm a Beyblade.
Up in the
Oh, I love that shit. It was so cartoony.
That was dope.
It was so cartoony.
I like that a lot. But yeah, I mean, that bit I liked, and then also obviously, continuing to see Gaku kind of treat this as like a game, like that has been obviously pretty silly.
Until he met Sakamoto, he's like, oh, nah, we gotta take him down. And that's when he's like, oh, nah, I'm dead. This is done.
Which, yeah, man, it's gonna, I don't know how long it's gonna be, because obviously they've teased the past stuff with Sakamoto, with the trio, with Rion and him.
Akko, right? I think her name was Akko.
That's her last name.
Okay.
that because that's a big deal. That's obviously a big thing with the series, and obviously this part's not gonna get into it. So,
Okay, so it's a
so
teaser.
that's kind of that's kind of a shame, but they have hinted at it. So, I think it's leaving off on a strong note, though. I feel like still the best part probably of this part has been probably the start of it. Like it started off really hot, but I mean, no, it has been still holding up. Definitely big improvement. I have felt way better about this part compared to part one. So, I'm curious to see how it's gonna end and how I'm gonna feel about it, like how they're gonna handle, I guess, the material. So it was solid though. It was solid.
I think the last thing I gotta say about Sakamoto, I'm as much as I liked it and as much as I liked what Sakamoto did and I liked the whole thing, I don't think Sakamoto should have interfered. I think Shin should have won that fight. That's what I would have wanted. Because it kind of undercuts his development to have Sakamoto have to step in and save his ass again. In my opinion.
No, that's a valid like critique.
And I feel like it's going to keep happening.
Because they have been big on that, like Shin's kind of goal, right?
Right.
So like, this would have been a big kind of hurdle, right, for him to kind of overcome or win this fight himself.
For sure.
So
I agree on that statement.
that's understandable. Yeah.
And how about you, Crash? You got any thoughts for Sakamoto? Even though you're an episode behind, want to give your thoughts about the fight and like that you saw?
The blue hair girl looks really cute when she's crazy. I'm talking about the OG, not the niece, the OG one. Rion?
Yeah. The aunt.
She look cute when she's crazy. Yeah, the aunt. She look cute when she's crazy.
Yeah, you'll get more of her in the next season, whenever that happens.
Not looking forward to that, but yeah, no, I got nothing much to say about Sakamoto Days. It's just very, very annoying. Very, very annoying.
Apparently y'all aren't high on Togenanki. I guess I'll take it away.
Yeah, when you said episode of the week, I'm like, what?
At the time it was. Now I think it's like 5. I think it's like 5 or 6 for me.
What the fuck changed in that amount of time?
Other stuff came out.
There was more shit came out. What the fuck is going on, bro?
I thought you meant specifically about that.
Togenanki's like the first couple things I watched, bro.
I thought in that time frame, I thought like you was like a 10, and then something happened, and rewatching it, and you're like, no, you know what's trash. That's my mentality. Like, oh, what the fuck?
Togenanki's number 3 on my for the week. So
it was a good episode.
It got bumped down.
It was a good episode. Not saying that it went down, but I would say it's like if other things didn't come out as good, this was episode of the week for me. Even like top 5 or like anything like this was very solid for what the character showed, that you are allowed to feel happiness no matter what race or no matter what person you are. You are allowed to get happiness. That to me was a beautiful message for the character, the main MC with Shiki, but also him trying to preach it to the little girl to also her accept it, and she gave the will of fire to him as well, and that's what boosted the attribute that we find out that when you are a only out of the children of Kishi, you have a possibility of having 8 attributes. So you get the possibility of having 1 attribute out of the 8. And at first, when I thought they were, calling the earth, fire, and all these things, I thought they was gonna say like, the 5 elements of the 4, just adding light meaning, become 5. But no, they have lightness and darkness, and they have 1 more to have 8 attributes. So that's pretty cool aspect. And with Shiki has fire, which is pretty awesome, which is interesting for his type of gun and fire combo. So it's gonna be interesting with how they use that. So I enjoyed that very much. So I do agree with you, man, guy, that this was a very solid episode still, nonetheless. Not saying that I wasn't excited. It's just that to me, like, hey, I want to be quick to the point with these shows because they were still solid. It's just that these were more episode 10 and 11 that by next week episode, it could wrap up from what we just previously saw. That's why I don't have much to say. It's most like for Togen Anki itself was very solid on the message itself. Was very beautiful, impactful, and the color saturation and the fire and the combat between both opponents of the gravity versus Shiki, that was awesome as well.
Okay, so here's my thing. The first half of the episode, besides learning about the Kishin stuff, the first half of the episode was kind of a nothing burger. I'm not gonna lie. The second half, like, yeah, Shiki's the whole thing with the attribute, the fire attribute, and the, you know, how he looked, like, it was cool and all. But dude, we haven't even saw the dude fully get in tune with his powers yet. Like in his base form or whatever you'd want to say, right? Like I like, so seeing this kind of come out like seemingly out of nowhere, right, is kind of like, I'm like, eh. And then even like a lot of the dialogue during the scene, like how it was going back and forth, where the dude would be like, "You don't deserve to live, Oni," and then the girl would be crying or he'd be yelling out something, and then it'd go back to him. He's like, "You're trash, Oni." Like that whole back and forth, like there was like multiple lines of dialogue where I'm just like, bro, they're literally just like screaming at each other, like back and forth. So like that bit of it like kind of took me out. Like I did like the content like Vash talked about with the, you know, with the girl and like her, you know, her happiness and, you know, things like that. Like, yeah, there were some things I did like about this episode, but like the first half of it was just kind of whatever to me.
I did question the girl's parents, because to me that was a bit interesting, that why do they keep saying, "Yes, daughter, you will find happiness. Someone will show you the way to happiness." And I'm like, but aren't you her parents? Aren't you supposed to also guide her? Do y'all know y'all dying soon or something? Or is this just for the plot? Because it felt like more...
Listen, we're parents in anime. We're going to die. But somebody will show up and bring you happiness. I promise. Probably not us, but somebody will, all right?
I'm glad Grem understood where I was coming from, because I felt like, what the fuck is going on here? Because it's like, ma'am, why does it sound like your parents already know they're dying soon?
You all be saying
like,
this?
Why does it sound like this was said like last night or like some type of last week type of shit? Like, daughter, I think you'll find some happiness some way, somehow. Someone will show you. I'm like, I guess the MC will arrive sometime soon. But
yeah,
I'm just curious, like, now that this has kind of popped up, right? And we saw how it came out. Like, is that going to be the specific kind of requirement for him to be able to do this? Or are we going to have another bit of like training? Because like I said, I feel like he hasn't even fully, you know, grasped his powers, right? Like his blood, like I don't know, maybe I'm wrong on that, but at least it hasn't really felt like that. Like he's fully like in tune with even his base powers or whatever. So like for this to come in, it's like I'm curious like how it's gonna affect his kind of development, you know. But
not pun intended, but he's a quick fire type of guy, you know. He's a early shooter.
He shoots his load one time and he's just out of there.
Yeah, you know, he lost the blood. Right now, all he got is
the blood's not flowing no more. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Take a blue chew. Get back in there.
Not sponsored yet.
At this point, like I don't know, like I always have a fun time with this series. It's just like it's just like shonen, like some good shonen like junk food. Like that's like,
you know what it is? For me, what it is this felt like all it needed was the Dragon Force OST, and I'm watching an episode of Fairy Tail. I'm not lying. Like that's what this was. And I'm a fan of Fairy Tail. I've always been a fan of Fairy Tail. I'm a fan of all the big three. So like, bro, slap the Dragon Force OST on this, and he is literally just Natsu. Which apparently on the fucking bot, one of his nicknames is Natsu from Togen Anki. That is actually a name. His name is.
I gotta look
Natsu.
at that later. You gotta remind me. I gotta see that. That's funny. I didn't even know this was a thing. That's crazy.
And this author needs to be studied, bro. I forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah, bro. What the fuck, bro? All of these girls should have broken back.
Yo, I'm shocked that Crash is not watching this for the series.
Fucking take notes.
That's what I'm shocked that Crash is not watching the series because of what he sees of the pictures. Like, yo, they're here every episode. Them bonkers and knockers are here.
May I remind
those women have back issues. Those women are gonna be in
Every
back
single
braces
girl,
before
bro. It
they're
doesn't
30.
matter. Like, it's insane. Like, the author needs to be studied, bro. Like, I'm not even really complaining, but like, damn, like, it's just funny. Like, every time a girl pops up, it's like, bro, is this guy like either he just has that particular taste, or this dude's never been outside? I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna go with never been outside
That's
because
just a taste.
those women, their backs, their spines are broken. Like they are carrying 50-pound bowling balls on their chests. Like holy shit.
Do we have
be
anything
fair,
else to say?
To be fair, they do got the thighs to help support it. So maybe
They do got
maybe
legs.
he's
Hey, look. They probably got a gym at the organization. They probably have a good 401k. They probably got some good Medicaid and good things going on. Who knows?
probably got a rod stuck in their spines.
they
to
all
keep
just
them
have fake
straight.
boobs.
They have a good chiropractor in their probably in the
got-
contract.
They, for
They
some
do
reason,
have
they
a
all want them to
good
be just
chiropractor.
massive as.
So kaiju number 8.
Bro, you ever just like be like, man, I'm doing so good, and then somebody comes up and fucking shows off. He's like, bro, you're still a little pussy. Like
still
that's
got a
what
wall,
you
dude.
saw that, right? Like
Yeah.
you watched the episode, right? He's
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here. He's like, yeah, I've been training. I've been doing it for months. You know, I've been doing everything you're telling me to do. Bro, I'm doing all this shit. Look, I even got you this shit. Like, damn, I got you good, right? I'm learning. And he goes, all right, ready? About to do some Bruce Lee shit right here. 1-inch punch. And he went literally rocketing away like he
Yeah.
was Team Rocket. He's like, damn, I could have done better. It's like, what the fuck? Huh? He's like, bro, you're nothing. It was actually absurd.
Yeah, you
Like-
can't let him get complacent, you know.
Right.
Especially with the given like situation, like now, like even what we were seeing in this episode, like a bunch of these different kaiju like are out here just running rampant. Like we saw the one like running, we saw the one that looked like Kikuru, we saw the one that like what was the other one? Yeah, there was one that was running, there was one that was like some Godzilla type shit. I feel like there was just I don't know, there was a bunch of different kaiju, like just crazy outbreak of them, and a lot of them just vastly different in what they look like and what they were doing. Way different than I feel like a lot of the other kaiju have, you know, looked like how it's been with them. So that was something that stood out in this episode. One of my favorite things, or like probably my favorite thing with this episode, was kind of like how Kafka was getting kind of worried about like what everyone was going to kind of say to him, like because he got his phone back or whatever in this episode, and he was like really worried about because of like the reveal with him, because he hasn't been in contact really with anyone. So obviously with him being kaiju number 8, he was kind of worried about like how people were going to kind of treat him, what they were going to say to him. Like a lot of the thoughts were running through his mind, and really he had no reason to worry, especially just because of his actions, right? His own actions. And that's what people were telling him, right? They're like, dude, you saved us. Like you saved a lot of people. Like you really were there for us. Like, how could we see you in this light? Even with what you are, and even with you not telling us. I mean, it's a lot to kind of shoulder on someone. So in a way, it like makes sense, you know, you wouldn't want to really tell anyone, but yeah, I did like that aspect of it. Just a lot of the messages from a lot of the other characters like Ichikawa and Iharu, and nice scene even with Mina on the rooftop as well. Yeah, that was a nice little scene as well. So yeah,
Wait, we have Kafka and Mina finally talk?
Finally,
Yeah.
I know it's been 2 seasons, bro. They
Damn,
finally
that's
got.
crazy. That's like almost a good 80 chapters. Not really 80
Yeah.
chapters. It's like a good 60 chapters.
Yeah, they had a nice like little, you know, rooftop scene. So yeah, there was some good bits in this episode. I will say, I feel like a lot of it is I think we talked about this in the last pod too, like it's building up for the next season. Really, like they're gonna leave us off on like some, I don't even specifically remember what it's gonna leave off with, but I would assume it's like some big probably cliffhanger, and then like because a lot of this has been set up, you know, it's been like the calm after the storm in a way, you know, setting up for the next season potentially. So yeah, there were nice moments in this episode though, I will say. So it was solid, but nothing like to go really like super crazy about.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, it was a fun episode. I think my notes literally, because I brought back my notes. But yeah, my notes literally just say they finally fucking talked. That's
That
it. That's it.
that would have
That's,
probably
that's
been my notes too. Like, wow, they finally talk after so long of the story. The reason that he came and did all this was just to interact with her again.
Valid.
So that's understandable. But if you don't mind, since we finish our honorable mention, and I'd love for also talk about something, because I want to say, chats, I really, really felt bad for Crash and mostly MemoryNK last week, because this man was struggling. This man was
Yeah.
struggling with like I felt like this man
You got to
had.
nap for 20 minutes. Don't worry, y'all can talk about this shit show real quick.
I felt
Whoa.
this man
I
had.
think he's justified to say that.
Yeah, it's fine, no worries. I felt like this man, like, remember NK, he had like he had no like no breath that he could speak, because Crash couldn't be spoiled because it was such an like amazing episode.
Oh, dude, my brain was doing a Dougie, bro.
IGN and IBD.
Like, how do I put this?
He gave it like a
My brain's like,
9.4 or 9.7. I remember top of my head. So it was so good, and like Nate said it perfectly during the pod. He said that if I spoil you, it will ruin the experience. So it's like I thought that.
No, I'm glad you did it. I did see both episodes, so we can rewind the clock back a little bit. We talk. This is like, last week. This is like September 7th as of recording, and we're talking about week 10, the episode 9 of Dr. Stone, Future Science, and
I want to know, how did you feel about episode 9? Since I know me and Nate could gush about it and say how great it was, sad it was, we cried and everything. But I want to hear your thoughts, because I didn't get to hear from you and everything. So how did you feel about the kind of what the fuck moment, seeing almost every person that we know from the good side almost get shot, stabbed, or blown up?
So again, that threw me out of left field. I'm trying to look up. I'm pretty sure personally that I put a meme for that when I was watching it. I'm pretty sure I said it. Oh yeah, I cried. I cried just a little bit on episode 9. I was like devastated. I was baffled, bamboozled, because again, I did not expect anybody to be dying fucking in this season alone. I thought that's gonna happen in the next season, but I'm like, oh, I guess I was right. Shit is fucking accelerating. This season, to me personally, is being rushed, and you see that now when everyone's fucking dying. Yeah, I felt like, damn, like that's how you gonna do everybody? That's it? You gotta just pop them off? That's it, one by one? I really didn't want nobody to really perish, but I knew what. Unfortunately, the story must go on, keep going. But that was episode 9. Episode 10, I have more to say on that than episode 9 more than anything. But I was just very upset of unfortunately what happened to everyone. What do you have to say about this, Vash? Because I know this is like your top. That was your first like episode of the week last week for this.
So yes, Crash knows me from that comment that he just said. If I was here last week, I would be like, yo, chat, chat. Two Hero X would usually be my episode of the week, or any other show that I love. Dr. Stone that week was my episode of the week, but bro, watching the episode of Wifey, my face was on. I was emotional, I was sad. My girl was like, are they all dying? I was like, yes. I was like, my dude, they like these motherfuckers. My boy Senko, just see my boy Taiju literally get blown up by a bomb to like in front of him.
Grenade. I catch a grenade.
My boy like just kept asking him like, hey, you're good? He wasn't answering. Again, I kept I forgot his name for a second. Again, kept asking, hey, Taiju, you good? Hey, Taiju, good? Brother answered like, oh shit, we dying out here. And then when Senko made the call, yo, everyone in the U.S., let's get all turned to stone once more. It just reminded me of that meme of Spider-Man in Miles Morales, the movie. Literally say, all right, guys, let's do this one more time. Let's get to stone one more time, and we will get it right. And I just love how that transitions from the episode 9 to episode 10, the way they showed that again for another 2 minutes. My favorite part was when Zeno right-hand man, I forgot his name, Steve?
Stanley,
thank you. I was going to say Steve. I'm like, I'm close. I feel it. But Stanley, him accepting death but accepting knowing that he either shoot the revival fuel and fuck everyone up or shoot anybody else before he gets fucked. But he knows that no matter what, they're gonna save Zeno because he is the future of science, just like Senku. But they know that he will be used as a hostage because how much he means to Zeno and as a pawn piece. So he tried to figure all that out in 58 seconds once he knew that Zeno was about to turn, and Zeno's the smart one. So like trying to picture all that, that's only like a Marine or Armed Forces experience, knowing that, hey, that's your best friend. That's your best friend that used to do science shit, and you will literally just watch him and admire him because you know how smart he is, but you will protect him because that's your job as a best friend and from the Armed Forces. So just seeing that, I found that very impactful. And like I said, I believe off air last week before you got started recording, I said that the one thing I was spoiled about Dr. Stone out of all these years is that they turn back to Stone, and the Suka was the one to be alive. And there's one more tiny piece I know, but I'm gonna save that until we find out with context in the next episode, or most likely it will be the following season. But my assumption, it will be in this coming episode, this coming week. So overall, like episode 10 and 11 was a nice mix-up of showing that it's been a couple years. We don't know how long. Probably our boy Senko's counting in his head the seconds and the minutes. He's like, since we turned the stone, it's been 3 years. I'm like, that's my guess, by the way, Chad. That's my guess of 3 years.
No, I think it's been a couple more years.
Yeah, I think it's been more. Yeah, I think it's been more.
Everything's been overgrown again.
Yeah, grass. That's true.
Yeah.
Grass. Grass, but plant life.
I don't think it's as crazy of an amount of time as it was. Like,
I would say maximum amount of 100 years.
Watermelon brought them back. Come now.
Can I just say real quick? I know Memory brought him up last week, but we really sleeping on the elephant. Bro, I'm naming this man the boy who shattered time now. Sorry, I gotta give it to my boy Joe, because that man
Joe
is
the watch guy, bro. That man, bro, broke his whole wrist. Put it there for the fucking move to bro. That man, the goat, bro.
Oh, bro was off farming. He said, "Yo, I could be cocky, I could die right now, but I just did the smoothest operator move that nobody will see other than
for real." You fucked up my drink. Now you gonna pay the price. We all gonna go stone now, bro.
Like, I kind of got a kick out of that. Like, even though they were all turned to stone, like they were kind of showing you the glimpses of each of the characters, and you just see his arm. He's just still like hanging there in midair, like,
just like, oh yeah, I'm here.
And his arm stuck in the thing.
I love the analogy of Senku's voice being the one that turns everyone to stone. It's creepy, but also
the
interesting.
Title drop with that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of not saying the same thing, but kind of gave me a bit of, I don't know the full context, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it gave me a bit of context of Attack on Titan saying the line of "from me to you" in the future, kind of how like with Senku the turning to stone until we meet again. It's kind of like you know him trying to predict what could be happening in the future when he wakes up again.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of said like just baseline of what I thought about the previous episode, but this episode with Suika, like, because it was mainly Suika, right? Yeah. Like in this episode, bro, right? She was the first one.
I don't know why they chose her, because I understand her origins, honestly, but I don't know why her. Like, I mean,
the fact that her vision, one, like, I'm kind of with you, like her vision, and then she's a kid,
and she never learned the science. She never was there. Like,
she's seen it, but she doesn't understand it.
I feel like you definitely could have chose like someone else, but
Chrome? Are we really gonna sleep on fucking Chrome? Like that? He is literally the next generation of science.
Hey, Senku
couldn't choose him.
Senku put it on her, so.
Yeah, but like, also, I'm sorry. If I'm in her shoes, I would be scared as hell. Like she was. Oh, she was scared.
Cried.
Oh yeah, she cried.
She's like, I'm all alone.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I love how they handled that, because at first, when she first, you know, obviously like gets revived or whatever, at first she's like all like up and like, okay, I gotta go, I gotta find everyone, I gotta find the revival fluid, and it just slowly, she was losing herself because she was getting nowhere, right? And she's just like, okay, like what the, like I'm running out of food, I'm running out of like like my clothes, like I need clothing, I need to like the necessities, right, to like survive. So I love how they handled that. Even like the passage of time and like with the animals, I kind of got a kick out of that.
The
like how the
snake.
animals were, like the animals were coming together. Like that
Yeah,
bit was kind of like
the
even
boar and the
animals-
dog, right? The boar and the dog.
monkey.
the dog and the boar, yeah, like
That
and
was
then even
cute.
one of the animals, I think, like accidentally like yelled into the microphone or whatever.
Yes.
Like that was,
Oh, the cheetah.
Wait,
yeah,
but the animal, the cheetah or the lion or whatever
that actually
species,
helped.
that's what helped and actually broke it.
But that's what Seiko was saying. Nature is gonna take over and let us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nature
that's
took
literally
the
what he
course.
meant.
That was,
And that's what the lightning did too. Yeah.
Yeah, lightning. But no, the way they handled that with Suika, like her kind of losing herself, going into despair, and she remembers, like, where Senku was probably at in when she was or when he was in this same exact position, and she thought about that, right, and how Senku, like, she thought about it like this was all on him as well, like he was in this same position, right, and he never let that bring him down. He never faltered. He never let that get him like how I'm getting right now. Which no, it was totally valid, obviously, right? That like most people, right, would get like that in that situation, especially after so much effort and trying to find, the revival fluid and stuff like that. So I really loved how they handled that with Suika, and then obviously what kind of got her back into, got her mojo back, I guess, in a way. So yeah, I did love how they handled.
I love
this
to add
episode,
that what you brought up when it comes to Suika and her in this episode. For those that read this back in high school, it gave me a bit of Lord of the Flies, like her in her position to survive. Does she have to kind of do things that she ain't used to because she's not here with the science crew? So she has to kill animals. She has to do things that she's out of her comfort zone.
Morality.
Yeah, like her own morality. So I'm curious to see if we're gonna see more of that, because we saw the despair, like Nate brought up. Like we saw the happiness in Giddy, but then we saw the despair and sadness. Are we gonna dive more into that since it's Dr. Stone, or are we gonna kind of gloss that over and time is gonna go by and we're gonna miss that? Because my assumption is that there's no way, there's anime plot, but I don't think it's gonna fix it that fast to go with Senko waking up next episode. Most likely he's gonna wake up in a couple more years and she's older. That's my assumption.
Yeah, my only takeaway from this episode, I would say, to what you were saying with Stanley, right? My only thing with that, and it's a plot hole just to me personally, is he had the choice. Yeah, I understand that he is an army man. He is a soldier of the military from back in the day. So I understand you have to make a split decision when it comes to very important choices, especially something like that when the world depends on that. I just personally, in that amount of time, you could have just decided to say fuck it and just end it all for everybody. Like, he had that power. I just want to know the show could have just ended. He could have said fuck it. He could have shot that off. The fucking the final bottle of revival fluid could have been blown up. Nobody can get revived, and we're all back to stone again.
Would you risk it for civilization of human? Because that's what the choice you have.
No. The choice was, of course, that's the whole point of us seeing that he was deciding that. I'm just saying, to me personally, he could the show could have just ended for anyone. Like, yeah, he just shot it, bam, that's it, the end, that's it, that's how it ends. We're all back to stone. Like, he was just being petty and shit, but. No, the whole point of that sequence was, the decision to make was he had to really look back on his whole past, see everything that built up to where he is now. Is like, damn, you know what? The game was rigged from the start. Fuck it, we're going back to stone again. But yeah, I just found that a little funny to me, personally, damn, he really could have just shot it and just said fuck it, be an asshole, whatever. And my other thing was with this young girl, very very young girl who is in the tropicals. Which, by the way, I just want to reiterate that, the bug spray is probably gone now. She's probably not there. She's probably
the poisons and other insects.
She's been probably bitten by something out there and she's fucked. I just want you guys to understand, she is literally cooked. Anything that bites her right there, she's dunzos. She has no type of science experience whatsoever, and she cannot see very well. So, this just
She could see to a limit because she has her glasses still, but half. So she most likely had to lift her watermelon so girl could see it. So it's kind of like some night glasses where you can only see the bottom.
She just took a piece of it. She's looking like that. But when she trips and that breaks, whatever, she just has that one piece of glass. She gotta be very careful, and it's even cracked too. But my thing with Suka is like, what can you bring to the table right now at this point in the show when it's about to end? That's gonna make me like, because everyone's gone, and I had, you were a decent side character at best. You were funny at times, and you were useful when you need to be. But you also have morality when you want to save that soldier from before. So now that these events that led up to you being the chosen one, apparently, I don't know how the fuck she's gonna be the one to save everybody. I really don't. And like I said, I think we're gonna see a time skip where she's gonna be older and she's gonna save Senku in the future. But how old? Because I hope she's not like an old lady and then she's like, I finally figured out the revival fluid, guys. Like that would be crazy to me. Like,
it doesn't even look like she's aged a bit. So it probably hasn't even been like, it hasn't been maybe like a year, like maybe.
I'm saying 100 years passed. I would be surprised if it's 3.
It went through all like the seasons and like it has. I would say like a year maybe.
Well,
like,
for her alive out of the stone, maybe a year. Her and everyone within the stone, maybe. My guess has been 5 to 10 years, but you think 100 years.
Because I think we even saw like. Didn't we see like the dog like kind of grow up a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. The dog and the boar would have
what?
survived for 100 years. That's what I said.
The dog would have passed. You know what? That is true. So maybe it has been 10 years. Maybe you're right.
I was gonna say 3 to 5 minimum, max 10.
The dog definitely grew a little bit.
Yeah. The boar are big too.
So, but no, dude, no, Suika's VA was awesome in this episode. Like even like the whole, especially the breakdown, and then when she was talking about like Kohaku, like give me a hug, like Senku, tell me what to do. Like a lot of those lines, like really, like they hit, man. So I like this stretch of episodes, like for this part of Dr. Stone has been really good.
Franco, make me food. I'm starving. Please, I miss your cooking.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's been hitting, man. It's this part is it's setting up to leave off, on a good note. I'm just curious, like what's gonna happen from here. Also, like I just wanted to give a little shout out to I got a kick out of it in the episode. Luna and Chelsea when they were on
bro. How do you fumble the only one? I got scared.
She just threw it up. Let's fuck it.
You should have said Kobe as you threw it, bro.
Yeah, oh my god, 100%. Quick side thing as well. I love how everyone knew how to turn to stone. They get into baby position but lean on the ground. Like that was really smart. Most likely Senko told everyone, hey, if you see a green flashing light going across the horizon, go down because we're turning to stone. So I really like how Senko told them, like, hey, don't lose your pieces, like so your body don't fall apart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy, the bald guy? I always forget his name on the previous season. Not from New World, I think. That we were saving.
The bald guy. Are you talking about the new leader?
The one who has X on his head.
Yeah. Are you talking about?
He's named based on not an astronaut, but like starts with S, I think. Sen something.
Armstrong.
No, I wish I could look it up and find out, but as I'm looking. But anyway, he also told the people, don't forget your training, guys. Put the positions. I was like, even he knew because his parents on. Yeah. He told everybody about that too, and I'm like, oh, so like we're all on the same page. Oh, duck and cover kind of.
Yeah, so that's a smart way to get everyone safely. So that's my
Soyuz. That's what his name was. Soyuz.
Yes. The bald-headed dude from who's the new head of the village in the new island that's right across from them.
Sir.
Well, than that,
another great episode for Dr. Stone.
Yeah,
honestly.
Can't wait for the finale. We're almost there. We are 1 episode away, I believe. Yeah, 1 or 2 episodes.
No, 2 more. We're on episode 10, no? Where am I behind?
No, 2 more.
I'm about to.
No, 2 more. Yeah, 10.
2 more.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, all right, 2 more. Yeah, we have 2 more. So most likely by episode 12,
and then we know
we'll
another
finish.
part's coming.
Yeah. So we technically have 14 episodes left. We have 14 episodes left. 1 more core. And then these last 2 episodes. Or unless we get a movie for this last core. Who knows? Dr. Stone, the movie.
That would be crazy. That would go wild.
That would be crazy. But hey, we spoke about Dr. Stone. Now we'll speak about the trash of art. Nate, talk to me. You know what? Mega Grem, how did you feel about Gachiakuta episode 10?
It happened. Next.
Oh.
Okay. Good answer.
All right, Nate. Maybe you.
No. Let me look at my notes right here. Amo kind of cute. That's it. Those are my notes. The
You know
girl at
what's
the very end.
the first?
For
Yeah,
sure.
Amo, the girl voiced by Kana Hanazawa, which
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
awesome that they casted her. The design is fire.
Oh my, the design's amazing.
Also, they introduced another character who is voiced by Mamoru Miyano. So the fact you got two characters in this episode introduced, one by Mamoru Miyano and the other by Kana Hanazawa, is great because everyone's gonna be like Okabe and Mayuri.
Mayuri sucks and should kill her.
Okay, well,
sorry.
okay,
Sir.
But no,
As
the
a
fact that we
creation
had two new characters introduced, voiced by them. I mean, the cast was already awesome for this, like a lot of the castings, but like this just adds even more to it. I know some people may be, because I think this, I didn't watch this episode, but I have read the manga. I think this episode kind of wraps up the arc with the little arc or whatever with Remlin or whatever the boy's name is. Which I know some people may be kind of disappointed with that, because I like after the previous episode, maybe some people were kind of led to be like, oh, like this person's gonna join the group and like be around maybe with with them and all that, but obviously that's not the case. But yeah, like the big thing with this episode, I feel like, and it probably happened at like towards the end, was so it wasn't even like majority of the episode probably, but like Amo's introduction is obviously like probably the biggest thing that I would note or want to talk about, I guess, with this episode, because yeah, she's definitely an important character. So
She's cute.
She once I knew that she came on screen, I knew not to trust her. The way she came out, she like, hey, I came to invite you to my house. Even Enji was so confident. He like, hey, we're good. She's outnumbered. She ain't gonna do nothing. We transition to the end of the episode, and this man is passing out. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what happened with you saying that you guys are good?
you don't know who the girl is, and you follow her home.
That's a no. You definitely
She's cute.
shouldn't.
I trust her.
Chad, please be
Good
careful.
answer. Good answer.
Chad, please be careful with that being your
Don't fall for the
answer.
traps, but good
Yeah,
answer.
I
Good
trust
answer.
her.
You'll fall for the trap.
You fall for the
Don't fall
traps, like Crashwell would say. You will get hurt or drug and be fainted down in the middle of her house, of the living room. But other than when it
She's
comes,
cute. I trust her.
other than having a character be cute and you can trust her, and no matter drink whatever she gives you and fall out in the middle of the floor, I want to say for my wrestling fans, it was great to see Penta. It was amazing to see that. My boy in the sand, red dust, and doing the smooth operator walk. If you know, you know.
Cero miedo.
Yes, cero miedo. And additionally, on top of that, go check out Walken's reaction towards these past episodes of Gachiakuta. I haven't had the chance to, shout him out and give him his quick plug, but go check that out. He reacts to these episodes week to week on Sundays, so go check them out. Additionally, artistic people. Yeah, interesting. Artistic people. Yeah, something. That's all I got. Like, I have nothing good or bad to say. Just, yeah, interesting. Like the girl and the guy.
I want to be intimate that we want to 110% understand what he's saying. Artistic, not autistic.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Artistic. The artistic people.
ART, okay, ART, guys.
Yes,
don't
yes,
get twisted,
chat.
please.
Yes, chat. Artistic people are interesting. If you want me to point out, in case for people that are lost, I'm talking about the girl that does the graffiti with the way she's acting crazy. Because I love how Injun said, I think that's supposed to come with the requirement of being the next person in line. It comes to be crazy. And the second person is that who designs the kind of the face mask. This man, like, imagine you coming home, you had 20% of energy. You just already tired, coming from an all day of work and it's bullshit, right? But imagine you come and somebody says hi to you, but they're on energy 100. So you're just getting full energy 100. You're like, my G, this is a lot. This is a bit too much. And you just feel overwhelmed. That dude that came with the energy is like, yo, you are artistic, but you are a bit too much for me myself. So enjoyable episode with these characters and how crazy the characters are is the best I could say.
Yeah, to say the least.
Any more thoughts about this? If not, we can move on to the 3Ds.
Yeah, let's Don time.
Talk to me.
Can I start off with this?
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Crash.
I say this in the very respectable way. I really want you guys to hear me out, right? It has been peak, but this episode wasn't like the strongest. And let me just clarify, right? It was crazy to see the kaiju go out and attack and go wild, right? And even the ending I thought was amazing, right? But there was something about the last episode that I was more invested in than this episode. That makes sense. Like not to shit on it all. Like I loved every single moment of it. I just wasn't like.
He just wants a 10-gallon wiener.
Yeah,
And he
guys, I'm sorry. I
10-gallon
want that 10-gallon
wieners.
wiener.
I know I was
just
here
did-
last week and I laughed that our girl Neko threw me under the bus saying that Vash and Nate thought this was like a recap episode, which technically, in retrospect of last week's episode, it was a recap,
episode.
but it was more of a flashback from a different perspective. Not really a recap. It was a different perspective from our wiener guy. So he thought from a different perspective that we were getting.
Goated,
So
man.
it wasn't a recap. So I'm like, technically, in simple terms, yes, but it was technically a different perspective of a flashback. And that's what I like about last week.
Bro,
So it
at
was
least
cool.
y'all weren't like me. Bro, I didn't even remember that even happened.
Yeah,
I thought that was new
completely forgot
content.
He's like, this is all new content now. I hate that content. I said, yeah, I hated it when it first happened too. And
It
he's
was
like,
great.
whoa.
Wait, so
You remember the first
so-
season? Like,
so you
No,
thought
I did not, dude. I did not remember.
So you thought they
that. 'Cause I
kiss
was-
again?
remember waiting by the fucking school gate? Like, you know.
I was like, bro, I hate this shit when they do this in anime. These misunderstandings and how they chance pass by each other. Like, how the fuck did you not see each other? And then
Bro,
they're
you
like,
thought they
we
kissed
already
again,
been through
though.
this, and I'm like, what?
Clearly, he did not watch season 1 correctly like I did, because I was locked the fuck in.
No, you
did.
did.
No,
No,
season 1, it's just been. I mean, you know how much shit I've watched in between.
No,
That's true.
no,
It's
see,
been
that
last
was
fall.
last year.
It's been last fall.
Between watching it, because
Oh, yeah,
Bro,
like, it wasn't
I'm
that long
like
ago.
40, 50 series a season, bro. Like, come on.
That's true. That's
dude.
true. I do
But
give credit to
that
Nate.
was funny though. That was funny.
But for episode 11 itself, it was really fun. Great kaiju. I love kaiju. I love mecha.
Space kaiju.
Base. Wait, what?
Space kaiju is what they're calling it.
Base kaiju? Oh, I didn't know. Oh,
Yeah,
Space
they're like,
kaiju.
oh, it's a space kaiju. It's an alien
like
from outer
that
space.
Godzilla.
Yeah, Space
Yeah.
Godzilla. I'm just calling it kaiju. That's literally a alien kaiju because that's their way.
Because the lights outside, like the sky is dark.
No.
And it only does that when the aliens are around.
That's the anime and storytelling to do what they can in this exotic world where they could go ham and crazy with the powers and not worry about all the 20 million people that live in Japan. So instead, they could to make it alien and have them in a different world dimension, but still be in the same place, which it makes sense in anime. I don't mind it. That's why I don't stress it. Alien kaiju works, fun animation, cool story. The left nut or right nut, I don't know which nut he got back, but the left or right nut is still inside the kaiju. Wonder how they're gonna defeat it with a Power Ranger, which to me, guys, I know Nate could counter my argument, but from one I grew up with, Power Rangers of Ultron, we got into a Megazord, and we literally have all 5 of them, and literally trying to figure out how to work it. And they became not a Megazord or Gundam like our boy Nate's gonna talk about. They became a fucking Buddha.
Yeah, I mean, Kinta's obviously a fan of Zeta Gundam because the design of like the Buddha was definitely, well, at least for me,
I put you and Neko on.
the Buddha wasn't his fault. The reason it's a Buddha is because of
Momo.
Yeah, Momo.
Momo. Yeah.
She was praying to God.
In fact, when they said, "Oh yeah, it's a Buddha," that might have been my fault. He said, "God damn it," because he wanted to be a Buddha. He was upset about it.
No, but speaking
Well,
about,
I'm saying like
this-
the touches on like the with the eyebrow, like the 2 things that went out, and then like the thing behind him, which was like the shield.
Yeah, the
that,
shield.
like the Zeta Gundam.
you know, he took the fucking the front gate of their house and put it on his fucking face as like the V thing, as his eyebrow, whatever. I thought that was so like when they come back to reality, it's gonna be missing, and they're gonna be like, where the fuck's my front gate type shit? I swear to God, I know the grandma's gonna go crazy about that. But I was saying from the previous episode when we were first introduced to 10-gallon weenie, you guys were talking about what he was humming, and I went to look it up, and I actually found it was I think someone did mention it. I don't know if it's remember
Charles
Neko, but
counterattack.
yeah, that shit goes hard. I actually was listening to a little bit of it. I'm like, damn, that's actually a nice beat to listen to.
Yeah. No, I mean, just like the scale too. Like, I was very impressed with like the production side of things, like how nice everything looked. Because when you're dealing with things on this scale, and especially a lot of like even some of the sequences that they had, like obviously it has to be really hard to and time consuming to animate. And the fact that like I feel like it came out like so nice. Like a lot of the scenes we were seeing um in this episode.
Oh,
So
very solid. Like, imagine throwing a backpack just in the middle of town and somehow just smacking the shit out of a kaiju.
I think it's a nice mix, like, because you have like obviously like people are gonna say like Godzilla, Vash mentioned like Power Rangers and stuff like that. Like it definitely has a lot of those vibes, and then you mix in like some Gundam. Like I feel like there's a lot of people that are happy with like this content that we're seeing right here.
I'm
for sure.
thrilled. I grew up Power Rangers, so seeing literally like a Megazord versing an alien or lizard creature that's literally in Power Rangers form. They literally fight the person in small form, and they go, all right, guys, it's time to go Megazord. Let's go for fucking pterodactyl. And they just jump on their Zord and just get into it and then just go ham in the town. So I'm excited. Like, I can't see how episode 12 ends and to see where the next story would continue, because I know Don, if it comes out every year during the fall or something, or it depends how they want to market, that'd be amazing, because Don coming every year will be it.
Yeah, and there were some scenes I definitely like. Evil Eye had me dying in this episode. Like, just him like.
It's the time to fight.
I want to murder.
Let's go.
Yeah, he was like over by the shrine, like by himself, just like standing off in the distance. He was just like under the table, I think, in the one scene.
Bro was bored.
What are you doing down there?
And then Ira, even too, like Ira had me dying when she was like faking it. And Momo obviously like gave her shit about that when I think Okran was like carrying her or whatever, right? And she was like faking it the whole time. Yeah, she trying to do whatever she can, man.
Trying to get that.
She's trying to get a She's trying
to get away from my man.
Piece of the pie. She's trying to get a piece of the pie,
you harlot, hands off the goods.
Nah, but the kaiju stuff, obviously like the whole transformation sequence with the house, which when they were stressing that like the material and whatnot that the house was made of, like you knew that was gonna like come back up at some point or be like important, and obviously we saw like it already in this episode
so fast.
So,
like, hey,
like the transformation, and then everybody kind of going into their own certain spots, the communication, the little Gundam touches with the with the Buddha.
Why did Oprah had to go through the bathroom is my thing. Like, I get it funny, but why him, bro? He always gets literal shit. Pause.
I don't know.
Sometimes you gotta be swinging it. I don't know. That's the best I got.
Think about more dirty. Shake my head.
Another really enjoyable episode, for sure. I feel like this kind of could easily just grab a lot of people with the Godzilla vibes, Power Rangers, Gundam. There's a lot of little things here that I'm sure most viewers could like latch on to in some way.
For anime watchers, do we think our 10-gallon wiener guy is going to be joining the squad next?
I feel like he has to, bro. I feel like he has to. But
I feel like Okarun
I'm kind of 50-50.
A good friend, a nerd, like next to his side type shit. But at the same time,
I see what you're saying. Have GG fold their hands and then have our nerd friend.
Bro's already been more useful than Gigi.
Yeah, but at the same time,
different situations. But
my perspective is you also have a rival too, somebody who likes and sees Momo. Not saying that he's competition with anybody. The threat is there. You always got to keep an eye out for any particular potential threats to your woman.
Ira. Save him for
Thank you. Save him for Ira. Ira can have a Momo don't have him, Momo ain't paying close mind to
I want more like, hey, we want to go on dates. Let's go to the make. I want to see more romance, damn it. As much as I want to see this fight next episode, which is going to be fucking phenomenal. I know it's going to be fucking peak. That's what I was trying to say more than anything. Like,
they're going to leave off the season with a bang.
Yeah, it is. Like this episode we just saw was the build-up, which I thought was fine. But the next episode, we actually see shit go down with this Buddha statue. That's where I know shit's gonna go wild. And if I don't see romance by the end of the fucking season again, I'm gonna be very upset.
Hey, you're gonna be upset anyway.
Damn it!
To be Hero X.
God damn it!
Oh, me.
Look, you wait. Okay, wait. Like, let's be serious about this.
It's like Marin and Gojo, bro. Like,
it's
come
like
on.
Marin and Gojo. Like, you're like, they didn't fuck. No, they didn't fuck. What the hell kind of dumb shit are you on, bro? This is an anime. They don't.
I wasn't a kid. I didn't say about fucking. I want. I
No,
said I
you
want more
did.
holding.
No, you
I
did.
said I want more hand holding. I want more romance. I didn't say more
remember
edgy
vividly
shit.
you were over there like, if they don't fuck, man, I'm gonna be so upset. And now you're talking about Danda. You want them to hold hands and kiss, bro? They gotta fight a kaiju. Where are they gonna be holding hands?
In the aftermath,
Power love.
bro.
Yeah, exactly. Power love fights for all.
That's
Trust.
that's not how this show goes, bro.
You're right. That's
Have
true,
you
but
not
yeah,
watched the first 20-something episodes, man?
I don't remember. I fell asleep through.
Of course, right?
But to be Rex.
Yeah, To Be Hero X.
I
Yo,
just
X, the X episode, the one we've all been freaking waiting for, and I feel like it did not disappoint.
And somebody said last episode that why's the dog one the second to finale? It looked like he was kind of important because he got the truth be told.
The duo we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, the man's dog best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Look,
duo we didn't know we needed. He needed something to fill the void, you know, of Smile. Dude, that kind of fugged me up in this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I know we didn't have much of Smile, but like even like visually how they showed it, right? Like I think I said it right when he went into his room. I'm like, this room is pitch black right now. Like there's no Smile here, because like in the scenes with him and Smile, it's like it felt like the color like in the on the scene it was like more vibrant, like the lights were on.
The lights were on, yes.
Him and Smile are having drinks, they're kicking it, they're like just being bros, right? Like so when you get that glimpse of X, like right, the him with work and clocking out, he comes there and he's just by himself, right? The lights are off, and I think he had another drink. He had two drinks there too.
Yeah.
He opened 2 beers and he clinked the cans like as if
Yeah,
Smile was
dude.
he wasn't. Oh, bro.
I felt sad for that one.
Like you get scenes like because that wasn't even a big that didn't take up a lot of the episode,
but
right?
it was a character development. It was
Yeah,
showing us who the character X is, and we still don't know who X is, but we're getting to introduction of who he is, and we know the character a bit just because of this. And you felt the sentiment, you felt the sorrow, the sadness that he's kind of mourning right now. This is his way of mourning, and he literally was just trying to catch a break. He's like, bro. He's just drinking a beer. But then I love how, not really fast forward, but I love how when you said that he's just trying to catch his breath, just trying to mourn for Smile, just, pitch black. You see him just being there. He noticed the dog is tracking him. He brought the dog here. And I love how the dog asked him, yeah, I haven't told anybody, like, you sure? Because there's 10 dudes at my window right now pressing on it. And I love it, like, God damn, you felt the sadness that, like, I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to start drama. I was just trying to join my night off and mourn for my friend's Smile. Like, you felt the sadness there, and I felt bad for X, but it felt like X was okay with the drama because it's work, I felt like, for him.
Anybody?
Oh, don't go all at once, guys. I got to say.
I don't know, I've been trying to talk. I just get talked over. So.
Well, man, gotta continue.
I'm good.
All right, Crash, have any other more thoughts when it comes to Be X? When
Like
it comes
I said,
to the finale?
I dropped the anime, so.
Yeah, right.
But did you watch this episode?
Check. I watched 7 minutes. I dropped it immediately. Literally, look at my English.
Bro, what is that? How does that make any?
The first time ever, I went to the end. And I said, nope. I don't really care anymore. I'm just so done.
Bro, these guys are cooked. These guys are cooked. Bro.
That's crazy. All right, so Nate, talk to me because this episode was my episode of the week. This episode was solid because I got excited.
Yeah.
This episode, finding out just the way he transitions, the way he throws his snaps, and like the way he don't even have any comeback. He just does a lot of dodging, but like smooth operator dodging. Like he's just so smooth with it, and the way he just snaps the whole choreograph as well with the animation, with the fight scenes, and it looked like he was going almost 1-on-6 heroes and 1-on-20 or a good 50 goons.
Yeah, they it was a whole ass montage he was putting on, honestly. Like even like it was funny, like the dogs just kind of with him through the whole ride, right? Like the car, like even the car that he like that got brought out, and
Oh
just
my god,
like
from the poster, yes.
effortlessly going from point to point, like on the street, on the stairs, like in a car, like you name it. Like the way they kind of showcase that whole montage, just like kind of the day in the life of X, and you would assume that this is what happens to him before every tournament. I don't know if it was just because he said, I think they had brought that up, that this, like, you know, happened to, like, this is well, it was before the tournament, right? But like this is the, I think, what, the third or fourth tournament he would have been in. So like you would assume that this is what he has to go through for before each and every tournament, like with the commission on his ass, sending the goons after him. But no, the way they showcased that was like so awesome. Obviously, like stylistically, it was, you know, as you would expect with X. Even the little bits we've saw from him, especially like towards the end of this season, right? They usually do a really good job of that. So that definitely hit. I think the also the reveal with Zero, right? That was definitely a big deal with this episode, and kind of like some of the lore that they dropped with us with like I think it was like the evil, what was it? The evil dragon, and things of that nature, which I think gives, I think with Rock, right? That definitely gave us a lot more when it came.
It gave more explanation of how everything came full circle.
Because that was something, I was really like curious on, because we saw Rock in front of in front of what we saw in this episode, like with Zero and all that, and we're like, okay, what the hell? Like, because he was talking about like trying to revive Zero, right? Like that was like the whole, you know, thing, and we're like, what the hell's going on with that? And I feel like the information, like some of the lore we got in this episode, and then also seeing like things from Rock's perspective and how Rock was there, like with a lot of the stuff we saw happening in the series, like with the other characters and whatnot, the heroes. Like I feel like that definitely was, obviously we needed, but yeah, that was definitely one of the things that was worth mentioning with this episode for sure, was the stuff with Zero.
I do want to shout out to the fans in the community, because how they do all the extra work for us that we don't got the extra time to look up the information. So I just appreciate the fans and community that find the extra information, and I just copy and paste it and post on the thread so I can read it for myself later. And I love how they just add these extra details, telling us the year. That one thing I didn't notice, that ESO is not in the top 10. It's because, you know why, Chad? Because fucking Nice came back to life. We don't know if this motherfucker Nice is actually alive, or is this a walking zombie that's controlled by fear, aka what I'm calling in my head, aka Venom, because that's the way I see it in my head, like visibly, that fear of the symbiote is kind of like Venom, having its life of its own. So seeing Nice being alive in the top 10 ranking in there, and we also have Ling Ling as well.
Yep.
That's interesting. We have both of them there. Nice also has a crack on his face, showing that that's not him. Where the smile that he has, how does he still have his trust value, since technically he should have lost it, since Nice, the person that was impersonating him, became Ling Ling and lost the trust value as Nice. He became his own trust value as Ling Ling. So how does that work? Does the trust value regain since you came back to life? How does that work? So I really find that interesting, is that which one are we leaning towards to? We also switch into the 3D animation at the end. We got Queen. We got
seeing everyone in 3D, bro,
was nice. Those modules, oh my god, those modules was nice.
Not for all
Lucky
of them,
Cyan, I wasn't a big fan of
Yeah, I
Lucky
feel like
Cyan,
some of them we were seeing, and we're like,
Yeah, Lucky Cyan was a bit missed. Queen looked fucking amazing. Yo, chat. Whoever, I don't know if this has already been answered on the timeline or on the Reddit or whatever for Tubular X, but the tarot cards are interesting. When X was explaining it to On, the dog, and he was explaining how everything leads to a certain point of path and how everything is crossing down together. But then we have the tower cards, and who uses those tower cards are Queen. And Queen is known from the tower cards. So I'm curious to see, is there a connection from what he's talking about? And we know that Queen's I don't know if this is confirmation from previous episode ago because I think I missed this or we did talk about it or I don't remember because To Be Hero X is so much to dive into. We also have confirmation that Queen's father is a villain as well through this flashbacks or through this type of episode.
Yeah, I think with the tarot cards, like it's definitely a big hint. I feel like for the next season, right? And even like X's past, like that girl that we saw, like the fortune teller, or whatever. Like that's potentially maybe like the main antagonist or something in the next season potentially. I don't know. There obviously
Just
are
wondering
other.
why he was saying it was Queen. That just doesn't make sense to me.
What, me?
It wasn't Queen. Yeah, it wasn't Queen.
No, I'm saying that also Queen, her power when she was showing up in the top 10 ranking, her power, the cards that pop out are also tarot cards. So I'm asking that could that be a connection between X and how he revealed to On the Dog about showing about tarot cards, showing how everything was a domino effect. So I'm asking to the audience and myself or to you guys, the panelists, that is there a connection between Queen and X in that reality, or like do the tower cards in the future during season 2 would it mean something or be a important factor?
I think it could be a thing because like X is like, you know, the big thing that I think even in this episode is like a line of dialogue, like him kind of going, you know, fighting against fate or like going against fate, right? And I feel like potentially with the tarot cards and things like that, like that you mentioned, that maybe this is like X kind of rallying the troops, right? Like this is kind of his army that he's gonna have essentially like with him, right? Like obviously there's gonna still be those that oppose. There's gonna be other players, like I think that, like I said, the that girl, the fortune teller or whatever, like that's potentially gonna be like the main antagonist of the next season. But yeah, I feel like that may kind of be like, I guess what's happening with that, like, because I feel like X is the one like in this series where like I don't know, because I keep thinking of like the 9 to 5 job, you know, him clocking in, clocking out, like that whole thing, him just kind of being like like with Ling Ling, right? Like just a normal, average, everyday person. Like he's trying to like kind of gather people in that kind of like same vein, I feel like, or kind of get the others to, I guess, that point, right? Where like, you know, like that's kind of the people that he wants aside him. And I feel like they also did hint and show other characters that were with him as well, you know, fighting, that are probably going to be involved in season, or that are going to be involved obviously in the next season whenever that comes.
I would like to add to what you're saying as well, because when you say clocking out and everything, the way he snaps into his powers, it kind of reminds me, for anybody who understands this reference, if anybody has seen the movie Now You See Me, there are about magicians, but it's all about optical illusions with the way that they want you to see here, but they're doing the trick on the left or doing the trick behind you, but they want you to pay attention here. I wonder if X, this is just a theory, and I've seen a few that are kind of similar out there, that if X's power is like a magician, he snaps a lot. Every time that he makes his power activate, it's the X. I mean, the snaps. So I wonder that if his prior, you know, the 9 to 5 job, the work, was it very similar to his previous job? Was he a magician, or does he have some relation to that because of the tower cards? Tower cards are also related to magic a lot. Two of the cards that pop out in that was the card of the Fool and the Chariot. From what I saw in research I did, the Fool means that you're starting over, but you're knowing a bit of your journey. So it's interesting that could X be trying to you know, like you mentioned, could he be trying to change fate? Could he be trying to go against destiny? Is that his goal? Is that what he's trying to do? So like that's very interesting as well.
Yeah, like a lot of that's like obviously with the stuff with the tarot cards and even the girl, you know, giving them out or whatever, like the fortune, like that obviously has a big part to play with X's character. So that's like one of the big things I think they left us for the next season for sure. Like we got the new rankings as well, like with the new OP, which I love. They had like SHOUNEN on there. Like that was a nice touch, kind of having her and the main vocalist from the song kind of go back and forth. Like that was like a great touch. You know, SHOUNEN's been working with Hiroyuki Sawano a lot recently, so I'm not even like really surprised to hear her on another track of his, but to have her on here was a great touch. I did like the new OP a lot. Hopefully, I think we were all saying this while we were watching, but we're like, hopefully they keep this for the next season. Neko is saying that it is going to be the season 2 opening. I hope so.
I think it is,
But,
because I think
yeah.
that's why I saw some.
The visuals
tweets.
would make you think so.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
Like
Yeah,
the whole
'cause a lot of
visuals-
the visuals in there, you're like, okay, this is like next season type
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Also,
for sure.
I do want to state that I love how the show itself. This is technically like the prequel to the actual season of what episode 1 started off, but then we went back to a whole episode 4 to 23 to showing us the prequel of how everything started and how we got here. Now we got to season 2. It felt like I've seen this before. If anybody has seen the first season of The Witcher, you see things in a different timeline, but then by episode 8, everything connects and intervene. I really enjoyed that, and I really had a good time with To Be Hero X and the finale to get to where we are, the characters and the concepts. Because even like, for example, people are kind of theorizing that the reason Nice is alive is because of us fans still voting for him on the hero ranking, and they say that originally Nice wasn't supposed to be there, but they haven't answered the question to that yet. So is Nice brought back because of us fans? So that means we're adding more torture for Nice character if that's the case.
Wall breaking, low key.
So like that's kind of a bit sadistic that us fans wanted him to be like, yeah, go keep yourself safe, not go kill yourself. That wasn't the intention. But then he got brought back to life. Was it because of us fans, or is it for story? Which one is it? And I feel bad because this motherfucker Nice is gonna be more torture and more sad. And I feel bad for our boy.
Hey, if he's with X, bro, if he's under X's wing, like, he's cool, bro. Like, I don't know if that I think that's something we were talking about potentially.
Yeah.
Like, what
There's
was
a potential,
happening.
but now with the crack and him not smiling, it looks like he's maybe under fear.
Yeah, that's obviously going to be a big thing. I don't know, that's the thing, like you mentioned with this first season, is like a lot of this really like has been the character introductions, right? Like now that the cast has been like established, a lot of the main players have been established. We got like a lot of this lore. Obviously they've teased in some new stuff, even though like for the next season, I feel like I enjoyed this first season a lot. Like I think I gave it like an 8.5. I'm like in that I'm in that 8 to 9 range. I'd probably say in the higher, like I wouldn't say lower 8. I'm mid to high 8. But I feel like the second season, with how a lot of these characters have been set up, how the system itself has been presented, how X has been presented, like I said, we know the main players really now for the most part in the series. I feel like it's setting up for season 2 to be like really, really good. So like I could see myself, depending on how it's handled, right, when it comes, I could see me feeling even higher about season 2, especially with how a lot of this went, and even how it left off. I feel like it did leave off on a high note as well. So
I agree with that. That's a good statement to kind of end off, because I feel like this was a solid show. I know when we do our tier list, it's gonna be interesting because we have one person that kind of dropped the show on the last episode of season 1, so it's gonna be interesting how we're gonna go with the tier list in the next 2 weeks on week 13, because I know I'm gonna push, and Neko herself as well, we're gonna push for this to be an S tier in our tier list, because I'm gonna push for that, because it's, to me, in the high S, I mean like in the S tier or in the high A for sure, because this was solid. And the way I've always said it from the beginning, I believe when we did it during Hot or Flop, the way I saw To Be Hero X was, if you're a comic book fan that wanted to read some type of the DC rebirth, but then once you read that, you want to read the side stories of these other characters and then intervene again in this other crisis. So you just read the major story, then you read the side stories, and then you get back again to this intervene crisis. So that's the way I felt To Be Hero X, that you get to see these Spider-Man, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Defenders type of characters on the side, but then they meet up and become the Avengers at the end. That's for me how I saw the show, and it made my comic book fan happy and be entertained. So I had a good time. It sucks for some fans that can't enjoy it or they lost interest, but hopefully come back in the future and hopefully get entertained by To Be Hero X and see the greatness that it is.
Oh yeah, good way to leave off the season. Especially when you leave off a season with X. I mean, come on, right? Like That's a good way. That's.
I mean, you know what they say at the end of the day. X gonna give it to you, and X did definitely give it to you guys. Pause.
With that being said, since we
man.
might not have no more comments when it comes to Reviewer X, let's lead off to our drama, thriller, psychological segment. So does anybody have any honorable mentions that they want to give? Because I don't got any.
I got two, but this is gonna be a throwback. This is not gonna be recent. So I didn't watch the most recent episode of Hotel Inhumans, but I just want to give a quick shout out to the previous episode, episode 10, because I didn't speak about it last episode. That was by far the most funniest shit, and I say that in the most midway possible. I made a meme out of that whole episode in a good half an hour. Like the amount of time it would have taken me to finish the episode, I was working on a 1 minute segment, which you guys can see in the Discord and the whole thing. It was just so hilarious to me of just them looking at each other, and I just had to put like the I forget the name of the game, but it's I think What It Takes to Be a Millionaire or something like that, or How to Be a Millionaire, whatever. So I put the background music of that as they're staring at each other, and that shit was just killing me in the inside. It was so fucking boring, but that just killed it for me. Like, that just made me laugh in the inside. But other than that, yeah, I hope she lives at the end. I'm not gonna say who or what, but I hope she lives. This episode, I would assume we find out what happened.
Nope.
Ah, well.
For me and Shirley, I mean, we're getting closer to Anne realizing what it is, right? I mean,
Are you mad this week about her?
I mean, not as mad, but like she still was dropping some lines in here that like I'm just like I want to throw up. You know, her talking about Roy, and it was getting a little Kowloon in here too. At her and Diana, I thought they were about to make out or like start. I thought they were gonna start doing some crazy. Like the way they were talking to each other, you would have thought like they were getting married in this episode, bro. Because we were seeing like a couple, you know, I think obviously Diana got married. We saw that, but also what's her name got married as well. I forget what her name is. What's the girl's freaking name? I don't even remember what her name is. The girl we've been saying that like at first we didn't like her, but she's been growing on us. She's been spitting knowledge lately. So yeah, she.
Thank God you can join it anytime to let him know, because I know you're watching it too. Don't let him suffer.
No, I mean, if people know who I'm talking about. I mean, she got married in this episode as well. You know, she's came off as like the spoiled kind of rich girl, and even how we've heard her talk about, you know, men. She actually found someone she genuinely like, you know, cares for and loves, and you know, so good for her. Anne's kind of sitting here though, seeing all this, like her and Diana, and they're finding people that they actually genuinely love and care for and want to be with forever. Meanwhile, she's stuck with someone that she knows for a damn fact that she does not want to be with forever and doesn't love. You know, whatever she wants.
You're talking about Mario, right? I was gonna say that, but you're not thinking about Mario, right? With a knowledge girl.
No,
because if it's not Felipe, then I don't know what you're talking about then.
What are you talking about?
Phil,
yeah.
Yeah, Phil is her name. That's her name. Phil.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, 2 episodes left. You know, it's going to happen. Her and Gilbert are going to go off in the sunset or whatever. Everybody's telling them what it is around her. She's seeing everybody get married around her. When is it just going to... we're getting there, but like... Man, like it's
dragging.
Took a while, man. Took a while, bro. But we're almost there. So,
and just kind of an unlikable character at the moment.
Agreed.
You can't let her cook.
Nope.
Okay.
She's deluded.
100% agree.
But yeah, that's all. Honestly, for honorable mentions, that's all I had. Honestly,
I don't got any for this section. That's why I'm quiet, chat. I don't got any.
I mean, I was gonna say past Hotel Humans, There's No Way I'll Be Your Lover. I mean, we finally got the spicy, the hot spring scene. I got what I wanted. I'm very content. For those who do not know what I'm referring to, for the listeners. For the viewers, gets to see a taste, just a tad bit of a taste of what we're referring to about. If you can look clearly at my profile picture, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. I stand on business when I say shit was peak as fuck. Gooning was achieved, ladies and gentlemen. But I want more. I hope next episode is better. It wasn't enough. Yeah. So she copped the feel. But
Bro,
there
and
was a more.
her acting like the sister or whatever. Yeah, that whole man.
I mean, she got a different side to her. I wasn't surprised. It was already been said since the last episode. What if she acts a certain kind of way or a different way? Are you still gonna be her friend? Homies for life, bro. That's still my girl, and she wants to act, like the little sister, big sister way. Hey, do you, mommy? I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? As long as I can still come a feel, do you? But
she low key a freak, bro.
Hey, we gonna get to that. I hope, man, God. But my thing out of all this was Mike comes in out of nowhere, knocks on doors like, "Hey, bada bing, bada boom. We got room for one more. Make it a 3-way." And everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Episode ends. So let's see what that's all about. That was crazy to me. I guess she wants a part of that.
No, I heard you went on a trip with a girl that isn't me. Are you cheating on me? I gotta come and kill you. That's the yandere vibes. You're making it think like it's like they're gonna have a 3-way. No, this is yandere. I'm going to kill her vibes. Like, what do you want about? Like,
and she was embarrassed. She was like, "Oh, she saw me at my lowest," and she started like screaming. Like, "Hey!" So that's why I'm like, if you tell me yandere next episode. You have my curiosity now. You have my attention.
Saying, who knows? But no, Hotel Inhumans was a pretty good episode. We get a continuation because it turns out this is going to be the ending of the season because this is part 2 of 3. So our girl is not captive anymore, but now the other one is. So we're gonna have to see how that's gonna happen.
The Sagittarius girl. This is the side characters, not the girl we're talking about.
This is part 1 of part 2 of the season. I'm confused. Sorry.
There's 3 parts for this.
There's 3 episodes for this arc.
Oh, for this arc. Okay, my fault.
For the side characters, yeah.
Understood.
So we ended up getting her saved and she climbed through the vents with our boy, but now we don't know how we're gonna get the sniper out because she's now captured. So hopefully that ends up well. We don't know. I'm excited to see how that goes because she lied, but then she took it back. So she gave the code word, but then took it back and said, "Nah, we're gonna eat." So I wonder how that's gonna go out. And there's no way I'll be your lover, like Crash was gooning about. It was cool. We got to see some spicy scenes with our main girl and Senna, but Senna always being basically the big sister figure wants to be doted on, and so she starts acting a fool, and then of course Mai comes in of always because she got told the deets by the other girl, and it's like, okay, well now I gotta come crash in on this and interrupt because my girl cannot be alone with another girl. Like, we've already seen that goes bad, so now I gotta go cock block my girl because she's mine. So it was interesting. And Shirley, I mean, like I said, I don't like Anne right now, and shows where I don't like the main character don't work for me. Hopefully Anne gets her shit together soon. Those are my honorable mentions.
Oh, all right. Call the night, bro. Let's move on. Crash. I already see what you got on there, man.
Can I just rewind the clock a little bit again? Can I just go back in time? So I saw the last episode, and I just want to say
another one I couldn't.
I just want to say I owe you a fucking apology because I wish I had seen it sooner because I saw the ending and I was like, I swear to God, I think I was watching it with Neko, or I was watching with Neko and some of her followers on her Discord, and they're watching with me. They had never seen Call of the Night, mind you. All of them were invested. I think it was like maybe 4 of us or 5 of us, I don't know, but there were a couple of us watching it, and I saw what happened at the very end of that episode.
Yeah,
I took my headphones. I started screaming like, "No!" Because how you did. How do you end it on the cliffhanger like that?
Cliffhanger was brutal.
I was baffled. I was like, yo, I was about to text you like, yo, can you get me like episode 10? Like right the fuck now. I need to know how it ends. Like you can't do me like that. And everyone's like, where can I go watch this? And I was like, High Dive, and they're like, oh yeah, High Dive. Sorry. I mean, you're not on Netflix level, but
The High Dive curse, bro.
yeah, the High Dive curse. So speaking of episode 10, right? And I'm gonna major spoilers, of course, but I'm gonna have to bring it out here. So my boy got shot. Yeah, he tried saving the detective by preventing herself by killing herself. Yes, she was trying to kill off herself. But he saved her. But in the instance of saving her, got shot. Friendly fire and all that. And in the process of that, he actually was in the process of turning into a vampire, but kind of held back or kind of like had some kind of self-control, self-restraint, and was kind of still having some kind of like emotional resistance or like just emotional like
he was like in a middle ground.
Yeah, it's like so like
gray area.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but like
just for that moment. Yeah.
He cared for the tech too. Like, you still good? Faints. We go now to the hospital scene. You good? You're okay? No bullet hole. Interesting. Okay, cool. Detective comes by. I'm so sorry for shooting you. I didn't mean it like that. So my biggest analogy to this I was going to bring up was, when you beat a boss in any video game and then they get nerfed like the fuck, like so badly. And then like when you see them like just like being like that chill, peaceful person now, when they were the boss, like they were the GOAT, OG, whatever. And then when they get nerfed into like, oh yeah, so you're kind of just like this whatever kind of character. That's kind of how I see the detective now that she's not like this crazy antagonist that we've been seeing these last couple episodes. Now she's kind of like down to earth, very cute, very etchy, which I fucking love. If hey man, they call these fan gooner by my co-host for a reason, but I gotta say I match her vibes. I fuck with her energy for real when she's talking about this. What you guys doing behind closed doors conversations. I was really fucking with that. I also love the fact she's a lightweight. That was very cute. Her just like 1-2 sips and then she's like,
"Yo, dude!" It was like, I was like, "Bro, I know you said you were a lightweight, but it was literally like
2 sips and god damn,
she was cooked."
And I haven't even brought up the elephant in the room, which is the most important thing. But we get a kiss, a very passionate kiss. My boy was standing on business. He said, "Don't worry about me. I'm good." He said, "Nah, I need to give you a reward for."
Our girl took action, bro.
Bro, my man's mama. See, we're not getting no kisses in Dungeon, but we definitely get some kisses in Call of the Night, boys. Don't worry, we're getting some romance somewhere. So definitely, this anime is fucking cooking. But the question still remains, even though like everyone is alive, vampires are alive for now. Antagonist is on the good guy's side in a sense, and she's not feeling like KSing herself, if that's the best way to say it. But the big question now is, Cole still gonna be a vampire after all this? Like, we got 2 episodes left, I think, of Call of the Night, and I'm a little worried that we might get to a point where
that's the direction. Because right now, because like we talked about, like it's in like a gray, like in that moment, it was in like a gray area where for that moment, he may have turned into a vampire, but like obviously now, as Anko said, he's not, like based on like the pulse and all that. But because of like the whole thing with his emotions and feelings for Nazuna, especially like in that, I think going forward, like he is like we're trending in that direction where he will probably fully turn into a vampire if they do go that route with it, right? I think like I don't know that scene like you mentioned when he was like. When he stood up on the desk, that shot we had of him, I was like, bro, like,
or farming. I was like, my boy's setting up business.
he was kind of giving off like a vampire, like kind of like Alucard kind of
bro.
vibe.
The girls are looking at him so hard, like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh shit's about to go down.
Yeah, so I was like, this is the kind of aura he's gonna have when if he does, fully turn into a vampire, like. Or are they going to keep it a thing where it's going to be kind of like this middle ground where he's maybe able to do it at certain points or something? I don't know. It's very interesting, right? His circumstances in particular compared to obviously a lot of the other characters. But no, this episode once again, absolutely fantastic. I'd say now it really was the previous episode. We kind of had wrapped up things with Anko, with the detective girl, but yeah, just she was cute in this episode, also hilarious. Obviously what she did with her hair, her drunk.
Did you guys notice the hair? And I just love how both Natsuka and Cole, they were in sync, and I can relate to that with when I'm with my wife, when we're both together and we see something, we just look at each other like, you think around. We don't even have to say it. We just look at each other like we both think around thinking that shit either good or that shit bad. But for both of them, just seeing that in a young way, kind of like just seeing like their development, that's just, I love that shit. Yeah. Just perfectly synchronized. Very etchy, Anko.
She was like, so what have you guys done? Like, how far have you went?
We not even talk about when she was touching Code. Like, she was put her hands there.
I'm surprised Nazuna let that go on. Like, she let that go on for a decent bit. I thought she would shut that shit down. Like, but she was actually, genuinely observing it. It's just the way the anime showed it, right? Of course, they gotta get a little spicy with it. I love how she said too. She was like, "Don't worry, Nazuna. Like, I'm not gonna take your man from you or whatever." And then she like threw in there at the end. She was like, I would at least like ask him first or like say something. and then Nazuna's reaction to that, she was like, "What the fuck do you mean by that? Like what?
No loyalty with these hoes out here in the street. That's crazy." Even Cole was like, I have to say, like, he's such a fuckboy for this, even though without intentionally being a fuckboy. But he was telling her like, "You're still so young for being like a 40-year-old," and she took that like romantically, like, "Oh, that could mean a lot of things." And she like Nazuna just slapped the shit out of him, like, "What the fuck you think? What? You can't say shit like that. I'm right here, bro. Like, come on."
Yeah.
That show was straight peak. That episode, hands down, I was worried where that direction was. Like, let me put it like this. I just seen it not before the podcast started. I'm tired, but I need to know how it ends. So I'm like, okay, food, that. We'll go straight into literally how he got shot. And I'm like, please don't die. Please don't die. I want good endings for everybody. Oh, we got good endings for sure. It may have been a happy ending, but we got a kiss. We got some etchiness, and everybody gets to live. I think that's a good ending in my book, ladies and gentlemen, for now. But let's see what happens next episode. Maybe shit goes 180, and now it's going dark. Who knows? We gotta stay tuned.
Great episode. For a lot of the things you mentioned, Anko's kind of like the closure with her character, and it seems like the kind of role she's going to play now. Obviously, like a lot of her reactions. Even Ko's dialogue about Nazuna talking about wanting to keep her like smiling and things like that. Like, I really loved, that dialogue as well. There was a lot of great moments in this episode. Once again, even some of like I think of the scene on the rooftop when like it was Anko and her, and they were kind of side by side. Yeah, like there was.
I thought she was gonna fight or kill her or something. I thought she was gonna go like crazy and just go 180 on her ass and just like, you touched my man or you almost killed my man's. Like, I love you. Like, DK, we know now she said officially, like, I don't love you, but she could have said I love you, but that's on sight because even though you're my first friend, the first vampire I technically turned. You touched my boy, it's over now. I'm sorry, it's hands. Like, I really thought it was gonna go in that direction because
it could have easily like, I feel like if it was like most other characters, like I feel like it could have turned out that way, but because of how close, they obviously a lot of time had passed, but because of how close they were, I feel like that was a big factor in that for sure. But yeah, another great episode for Call of the Night. I'm curious to see how it's gonna, how this season's gonna leave off. It's been fantastic, man. So
yeah,
I don't know. Are they gonna leave us off with maybe some like, man? Are we gonna have to wait till like the next season probably to see more like potential like vampire business? I feel like
this show could go dark too. Like, honestly, it could end on like a crazy note, and then it could just go straight dark for the like season 3 if they even allow it.
Or they like maybe they do something where it's like here's the real, like, who's been the real antagonist, from like with all this going on. Like, you maybe thought Anko was like, the main antagonist, right? But like maybe there's like a bigger kind of picture here that they leave us off with or something. But yeah, the whole thing with Ko, very interesting with him, turning into a vampire. That's been a big, obviously, thing with the series. And now he's kind of like in this middle ground. So interested to see how that all pans out. But yeah, I think that's it for Call of the Night. Yeah, we can move on to Bunny Girl Senpai, or Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus, episode 11. This was.
You're going to be very upset at me because I didn't catch up this week for this episode. But I mean, I can only assume, am I not missing out on much because it's week 11, or is shit going down now?
I mean, it's the start of the arc for the Toko. Well, I guess they were hinting at this episode. It might not even really be her. Which, I mean, we did kind of dox her a couple of episodes ago and got like her actual like her real name, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it started off her arc with this episode, and I mean, yeah, to like as an introductory episode. I mean, they are kind of raising some flags, though. I mean, even before they had kind of hinted at that something like this was episodes ago that they were hinting at where like Mai was in danger and things like that, right? So I think now we're finally getting to that point, especially with like how I feel like this episode left off. There's definitely reason to worry. I would say even the fact that his sister in this episode, like she had a dream about her going back to her old self. I'm just like, oh, bro, fuck no, like come on.
Here we go again.
Yeah, like, dude, are you serious? Oh, Crash, bro. There was also freaking Futaba, scientist girl. She had a dream that she was dating Kunimi.
I'm telling you, guys, it's gonna fucking hear me, but you don't fucking listen.
And she was like, why? She was like, why did I have that? Like, she's like, I don't know why, but I had that dream. Like that.
I have copium. I swear to God, I fucking have copium. I'm telling you guys. Let me fucking. I
yeah, there
swear
were like
to God, this goes down.
Because there were like multiple dreams we were kind of getting from a bunch of different characters in this episode.
Well, dreaming is going wild now. Like literally, hashtag dreaming is going crazy now for everybody.
Yeah, and the only two people that are not, dreaming. It was Mai, right, and also the Toko or her whatever her actual name is, but
Santa Claus.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm really curious. Like, I think this is a good start to the arc, honestly. Like, but it does definitely have me nervous. The other thing I definitely wanted to mention though is the friend. What is his freaking name?
The college friend that they always go to like the computer classes with.
Yoshua, the dude who's like all about trying to get a girl.
Yeah, the guy who his boy that they always go to community classes with. Yeah.
They hinted at that Toko Kirishima may be like his girl, or like they might be a thing potentially, because like I think Sakuta asked him in this episode, he was like, why did you come here to this why did you come to this university? And he was like, he couldn't remember. And he was talking about how like, because he's like from Hokkaido, and then he was talking about there was, I think Sakuta might have said it, that there was another
Sakuta
person.
said that there's another person
from Hokkaido. Yeah. And he's like, why? Wait, why did I? He's like, he didn't even remember why he came here. And then even the scene where she walked past him, right? In this, I think she
walked past him, picked up his jacket, put it on it, and gave him a dirty look like this motherfucker. Like, once he can see me again, this motherfucker gonna get it. Like, it was the dirtiest of looks.
It was.
It was like you still can't see me, you fucking piece of shit. Like that's what it was. It was the dirtiest of.
I'm like, what the hell is going on with that? But also, I'm just like, man, is our boy finally gonna catch a dub? Like, is he gonna maybe win? Like, is he finally gonna get a girl finally, bro?
That's crazy. I need to do this ASAP.
Yeah, so that was another thing I definitely wanted to note with the episode. But yeah, I feel like this is a good start to the arc. Kind of like the introductory sort of deal. But yeah, what did you think about it, Grem?
There's a lot of foreshadowing that Mai's gonna die, and something bad's gonna happen to Mai, and Mai's gonna have a building fall on her or some shit. She's going to be hospitalized for a week. And then there's some foreshadowing going on that she's not going to be alive in April. So in 4 months from now, she's not going to be alive because she's one of the only people that's not having a dream right now. Mm-hmm. Then again, Sakuta also said, well, maybe it's because you're an adult now. Like, you got your coming of age coming up in a couple of days. maybe that's why you're not having dreams
Everyone-
and everyone else is, and it's like, well, I don't know about that one, Chief, because I don't know. It's I think my notes say if something happens to Mai, I drop the show. So
Dude, my thing is like, I wish we could have got like. Yeah, I keep thinking back to the message. I'm just like, you couldn't have gave us any more freaking intel. Like, you just left us with that. Like, Mai's in danger. Like, I don't know. Yeah, but that like, I was wondering when that would kind of pop back up, and here we are. So yeah, like, just the fact that Mai's going to be in some kind of danger is obviously not ideal. But we'll have to see how it all plays out. Either way, freaking Sakuta, obviously he always has a lot on his freaking plate, and now if it's going to be dealing with Mai, like, this is the the most he's potentially going to have on his plate. So especially if like the stuff with his sister is like happening or something, like, I don't know, like,
oh no, not again. I can't go through that.
Some of the dreams that some of the characters were having were like kind of like really pretty ominous. Like, yeah, but also what's her name's working at Benny's now too. Himeji is working at
oh no,
yeah. Like all the side pieces get
exactly. I wrote it here. I wrote it here on my. I was trying to say in my intro, guys. I fumbled it, but what I wrote on my intro was when the side hoes and interest the side pieces, whatever, want to be the main, but don't know how to stay in their lanes. They will never be the side pieces. I mean, they will never be the mains. They're gonna stay side pieces, unfortunately. And that was just not in one anime, but multiple animes for this week for me personally. I don't know,
which is funny because I was drawing comparisons between Koga and her, like it was either last week's pod or the pod before that. I was drawing comparisons between the two of them, and then they're both now working at Benny's together. It's
crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a solid way to start off this arc, though. I feel like the last 2 episodes, I think there's 2 more. I think like we could be setting up for a pretty strong, depending on how it's handled. I feel like this could be a strong end to the season. So, but we'll have to see, obviously, how it's handled. So, anybody else got anything for Bunny Girl?
All I was gonna say was I'm glad it's gonna end strong because I know I was saying before the beginning was very slow for me, but the build its way up. Yeah, the last couple episodes build its way up to actually being more and more interesting.
Like the second half of this season has been a lot stronger for sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Bunny Girl and shows like it, they take a second to get there, but once they're there, and they stay there, which is what it's at right now. And especially with it affecting someone that, because like the thing that like gets me the most is that Sakuta doesn't care a lot of the times. Like he cares enough because he's curious and he's trying to help out, but like you can tell his heart's not in it. But now that this is like with Mai, you can tell he's like, all right, now I need to figure this bitch out now.
Lock in.
Like he's like, I need to lock in. And you even had Mai like being like, nothing's gonna happen, don't worry about it. And you saw him go, yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go figure out who the fuck like, nah, this ain't gonna happen. Like, and for the record, bringing back, because we mentioned the whole Kunimi and Futaba thing. Futaba herself said, "That's stupid. I would never." It must be exhausting not being able to return those feelings. I feel bad for what I made Kunimi go through, so I would never burden him like that. That's the dumbest dream ever. So these dreams are fake. So Crash, you can have your headcanon all you want, but the girl in question said that shit's stupid.
Let me have my copium.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Crash, that's all you got to know, though. There's some reality. There's something that happens. At least there's a dream of it, right? Like in some, it exists in some fashion.
Yeah, and for
I'm
the
gonna watch the episode.
The reason we cooked you is because you said, "Oh, they're dating now. They're dating now." 5 episodes ago, when there was no fucking evidence that they were dating.
I saw 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh, so it must be true. I jumped together. And I said that before too. I did say it.
We never cooked you for thinking they might end up together. We cooked you because you, with 0 evidence, is like, oh shit, they weren't in a scene together. They weren't even next to each other. Oh, they're dating. They're dating. Like, it's like, bro, they're not even in the same. They haven't even been seen on screen together once this entire season, and you're like, they're dating. Trust me, they're dating. Watch.
Were they hanging out with Sakura?
No, they weren't. No. The Sakuta was hanging out with Kunimi and then with her because Kunimi doesn't have a lot of time off, and she was hanging out with him because she goes to the school with him. So they've never shared the screen this season, I don't think.
They went out just for the one time, like they just hung out. They went to like a little restaurant to drink tea, and then they went to the beach to take a photo. But like that was a part of it. It wasn't like the full episode.
Yeah, but like it was like for like 5 seconds, and you're like, oh, they're dating.
That's what I'm saying. I jumped the gun. I said that before too. I said I jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
No, but
let me get my copium.
Bro, you keep saying we're cooking you for the theory, bro. The theory is valid. If you want to have that theory, go ahead. We're cooking you because you said they were dating from like 2 seconds of screen time.
I know what I said. Let me have my copium.
He was on copium, bro. He was on.
Yeah, let me be the Lulu for like another like 2 more episodes, and then the season's over, and then I'm cooked.
Who knows, bro? Maybe they are dating eventually, just not now.
All right.
Yeah,
I think we can move on, and unless you guys have anything else. I think we're good.
Let's get to the spicy.
Yeah. Crash's domain.
Can I start here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna start here with a show I'm not actually watching, but I did watch an episode. And honorable mentions, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I watched an episode of like Watari-kun's is gonna collapse. I watched this episode with Neko today, yesterday. Yeah, I watched the new episode. And bro, I need to watch this show. This shit's crazy, bro.
So it's look, bro, I'm glad. I'm glad you said this because you and me are gonna be in the same boat.
Baby.
You and me are gonna be in the same boat because I saw a teaser of them kissing or something.
It's not even like that, bro. No. It's not even like that.
No, but it was like a teaser, or trailer showing like Arc 2, showing like this, like Core 2, I believe. And I'm like, because I heard Crash and Neko talk about it on the pod last week, and now Men got brought up. I'm also join this train as well. So Crash, you're gonna be happy because you can glow as well.
Hey, maybe this is our squad.
I've been chilling. Yeah, the squad been chilling.
Yeah, maybe this is our squad. Yeah, maybe we gotta get Nate on this.
Yeah, we gotta get Nate on this.
Come on, make it 4, make these Hispanic Gunner proud, please. I've been spinning about this for fucking weeks. Come on, you were 3 people already on this. Making 4. Come on.
I want you guys
to think about it. I'm not gonna be peer pressured right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
I have no context. Like I had very little context. Like I read the first couple manga chapters like 2 years ago. So like I already knew about this, and the reason I didn't touch it is honestly because I don't get the main girl's motivation at all. She makes no sense to me. And from what I was talking with Neko, she makes no sense to Neko either. So like we don't know what the hell's going on with the main girl. Like the main girl does not make sense.
Interesting.
Now that being said, this episode opens with our main boy talking to the main girl, and main girl's like, "Don't you have a date right now?" And he's like, "Oh shit, you're right, I do got a date." Well, anyway, I'm gonna go on my date, and main girl sends him off, and main boy meets up with his girlfriend, who's like, "Hey, you want to come to my place?" And they go back to his place. They go back to her place. And Mom's there. Because nothing spicy is going to happen. Mom's here, guys. I don't know what y'all were expecting. So Mom's here, and she starts giving food, and they start talking. And it's like, oh my God, you probably cook better than her. And it's like this whole cute little scene. Then Mom steps out. And they go to study. In the bedroom. And by study, I mean she pulls out a box of condoms and said, "Let's get to it." Yep. She said, "Let's get to it."
Because okay, let me just I don't mean to cut you off, but let me just rewind back like 2 episodes ago. They were it was raining.
Hey, don't give me context. Don't spoil me, bro.
Don't spoil.
I'm just
you don't need to give us the context. You don't need to give us the context.
We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch. We're gonna get the context.
Me and Grem,
right?
we already gave you the voucher and excitement that you can accept a
Alright,
W.
don't go forward. Okay.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Remember, this is week
gotta-
11. Give your opinion on said episode. Don't give opinion on the last
this
two.
episode. I don't need context, bro. I'm just telling y'all what happened this episode. So she pulled out the condoms, bro. And she's like, "Get to it, boy." And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know. Like that's kind of crazy. We've been dating for like 2 minutes. Like, I don't know if like
It has been 32 minutes. It has been 32 minutes. It has not been a long time.
like we started dating yesterday. Like, I don't know what you're like. What's going on here?" And she's like, "Right here, titties. Grab them. Take the ribbon off. All right. Hey, the claps for my bra. It's in the back." Take it off. Take it off. All right, fingers go there. It's like, "Oh, bro." He's like,
Damn, man.
and then mom walks back in.
I just want you guys to know. I watched To Be Hero X over this. This was supposed to be the next anime to watch.
I'm sorry, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I wish I would have had more to say on this.
I still feel like
I still
feel like you did great, even though I don't understand how you still watch shit for 7 minutes and drop it. You could have gone back to Watercon if that was the case.
Honestly,
I wish I seen this literally before the podcast started. I would have just said so much with you, Gremlin, but I'm just glad you're and you too, Vash. I'm glad you're getting on the hype train. The Hispanic Gooners, please, we getting more this shit, boys. Let's go. Maybe
So,
more
Chad,
in the future to be determined.
so we have learned that he gets excited when we watch a show with him, but he drops an episode at the end of the show and can't talk with us, and we get sad. I get sad.
It was mid. I don't know what else to tell you. I didn't like it.
so mom walks back in, and mom, we've been getting told all episode by the girlfriend that mom sees them as children. So she that's not even registering in her brain. Mom's not stupid though. And the girl's looking a little disheveled. Apparently they heard the door down there open, so they got back and made themselves presentable, of course. Mom walks in, she ain't stupid. The ribbon's gone. Her buttons are a couple of her buttons are undone. Mom is not stupid. Mom clocks, and the girlfriend gets up and goes,
Yukari.
I'm gonna go get something to drink. And mom goes, she's a kid, right? He goes, "Yo, same though. What are you on about?" And she's like, "All right." And homeboy goes, I'm just gonna get out of here because this is like too close, and like I was being pressured into something, because he was being pressured. It seems like she has some kind of inferiority complex with the main girl, and that's why she's pushing him to do this, if I had to guess. So she wanted some security in this, and so she was trying to push him to do something he wasn't ready for. So he's happy for the bailout, but also it's an awkward situation getting walked in on with mom. So he's like, "I'm gonna just bail." And we get probably the best scene of the episode with the mom going like, "Yeah, that boy, you should just be his friend." I don't know about like I get it, and I understand. Like, I'm not stupid, right? You should just be his friend. Trust. And it's like, ooh, like damn. Even mom said y'all ain't working. Then we get an NTR piece of the episode where homeboy is dreaming about making out with the other girl, and gets woken up from the dream, because the dream is real, because there's some supernatural shit going on or something. Like, what the fuck? Kind of supernatural powers bullshit. And during the dream, her motivations made sense. Like, during the dream, the girl makes a lot of sense. When he wakes up, he goes, she makes no sense again. She's just like a blank. I don't understand. Look, I'm just saying, I'm intrigued enough that I don't know what the hell's going on with this girl. And apparently, like, I need to know more, because this I think I'm gonna end up dropping it anyway, because I don't understand the main girl and I don't vibe with that. So I don't think I'm going to finish this, but I'm at least going to give it a shot.
Let her cook. Let her cook. Please, please. I told Neko the same thing last episode, right? Like, I have theories. I had theories, and again, I have never read the manga. I don't plan to.
Well, like I said, I read the first couple of chapters of the manga, and she doesn't make sense to me. Like, everything about her makes no sense.
There's context clues. There's context clues, but it's not enough for you to figure out what's what. But I think I have an idea, and I just feel like it's too soon to explain, because if you explain her mysteriousness now, there's no substance, there's no story, like there's no point to it, because her mysteriousness is what makes this whole anime actually work, which, believe it or not, which is crazy. Without her in general, you have what? The sister who is like a sitcom, really. You have, the girlfriend, Yutari, who is very, very horny. I'm not going to go more deeper than that. And then you have Makina, the worst pink-haired waifu you could get in a fucking anime, bro. Like, this, without her, this would be the most boring-ass harem anime possible. And I really say that with a straight face. So, believe me when I tell you, she has some kind of meaning we would want to know now, but it's building up to that. If you want it, like right now, I don't think we're going to get it in this part, because this is a 2-core. I think we're going to get that later on as we more explained, but the build-up has been very, very, very hilarious. I'll say that much. I've been having a great time with it. Neko's now having a great time with it. I hope you have a great time with it. I also hope Vash has a great time with it, because I've been enjoying the fuck out of it. Even though it has not been on my like honorable mentions sometimes, I've been having a great, phenomenal time with it.
But anyway, I had to talk about that episode, because that episode made no sense to me, and like it went off the walls really quickly. But moving on to Grand Blue, we got a date.
Wait, hold on. Before we get on about mention, because Grand Blue is I believe.
I moved it.
Oh, you did? My fault. Copy.
Yeah, because it was an Aina episode. They just went on a date.
It changed its mid. Yeah.
They went on a date. It was cute and all, right? Like, the advice some of the girls are giving Aina, and then I think the funniest bit of the episode though was like Kohei's room. Yeah, like
trying to make her money.
Yeah, them trying to make her a room place where she can, still stay. Yeah. And yeah, I like the fact that like the funniest bit was like Kohei was like, wait, like don't come in yet. I gotta clean my room or whatever. And then they come in, and he like said that he had got rid of most of it, or like dealt with most of it or whatever, and then his room still looked like insane, and they're just like, what the hell did he mean? Like what did it look like before? Essentially, is like, if only you saw that. But yeah, I got a kick out of that with Iori and Kohei, kind of working together to make a space for Aina. But yeah, aside from that, it wasn't like honestly that crazy of an episode. Some cute moments, some nice moments, like on their date and like talking about the movie and whatnot and things like that. And I think they like went and had like something to eat together too. But yeah, not that crazy of an episode, honestly. At least for it to have a main section, I feel like.
Yeah. One question to you, Crash and Nate. Would you guys want to talk about the couple of cuckoos in honorable mention, or want to have a small like a segment for it? Because I know we haven't spoken about it much throughout this type of summer season, and I did catch up from episode 2 through 10, so I don't mind if you guys.
That's up to y'all, because I don't feel too strong. Like, well, I guess what I feel the strongest about in this series is Erika. Like, she's the best girl. She has the most chemistry with the main dude. All the other girls just don't matter, in my opinion.
Crazy take.
The sister especially is annoying as shit. I think we all can agree on that.
Oh my god, I hate the sister from a fucking passion. Oh my god, she irks my inner soul. She gets me pissed off. Like, the way I see the sister is like I've got it to the point. Like, I feel like my eyes. I feel like my eyes are opening. I feel like my eyes are opening. Like, how much of anger that I see this character on my screen. It's like, imagine how much Mega Grem, whenever we bring a She-Hero or our boy Nafumi, I enjoy Nafumi season 1. Nate, and even I have a question, Crash. I'd be forgetting he'd be watching Shield Hero, but he barely ever talks about it because he doesn't say much during the Isekai Fantasy
Can
segment.
I be very real? So we're speaking about that. Can I be very real?
Go ahead, real quick.
I want you to know 110%. I really want you to shit on this on the tier list. Like I need to hear your passionate hate for this. Like when we first talked for the first time, what you told me about this.
Watch it. He
can't speak on it because he don't watch it.
That hate that when you first talked to me about it, I need that back. Just say how dog shit it is, because I don't know why this is still going on. I don't know why I'm still watching this.
But how does
because some dumbass producers over at Crunchyroll saw that it got numbers in season 1. They didn't realize that the story is actually fucking shit, and they gave it 2 fucking seasons before season 1 was fucking over because it's shit. And then season 2 flopped like the biggest piece of dog shit it was. And then season 3 came out and nobody fucking cared because season 2 was such a piece of dog shit that nobody fucking wanted to watch it after season 2. Oh, but guess what? They gave that dumbass show 3 seasons. Where the fuck is my season 2 of the fucking No Game No Life? Where's my season 2 of fucking all these good series? But you gave Shield Hero 3 fucking seasons off of a shitty fucking first season where it throws away the goddamn premise in the first 5 fucking episodes.
He told you for the tier list, bro.
Is the manga finished, by the way? Asking for a friend. Is the manga finished?
Man. I don't know if it's a light novel, based off a light novel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Why am I still watching?
So, hey, going back to Kobokuku, Sachi, the sister,
Yes,
that's
sister.
how much I hate her as well, because I have learned...
What you just heard from Grem?
What's wrong with Sachi? She's just a girl. She's just vibing.
No, I have come to understand. I even told my wife about this trope in anime. I've come to understand when it comes to the sister con thing, I do not like it. And when it comes to Sachi's character, this bitch needs to be thrown out the window. And like, I'm sorry, like your character suck. Like literally, you are on the screen and so vague in your character, and you express it without even communicating, and say you kiss the brother that wasn't your brother in front of the girls that he might be getting married to, and then you like, yeah, I think I love him last minute. I'm like, bitch, nobody gives a fuck about you. He don't even see you as a person. He keeps saying like, damn, you're my sister still. You're a great friend. He never sees you that way until you keep bringing it up. Now he's like, damn, shit, my sister like me, but they ain't my sister no more. You know, I can actually get married. No, bro, get that shit out of your mind. Why are you even asking yourself that? No, you had 3 options. Stick with the 3 options. Stick with the 2 options you had in the first place. The stalker girl was cool at one point, but then she kind of got a bit too much when she had the poster on the wall and kind of seemed like just crazy stalkers. I'm like, nah.
That's You're talking about I.
Yeah,
right?
yes, I. Correct. Thank you. Yeah. I just forgot her name because I just called the stalker singer. But hey, that works. She kind of became too much when you had the poster in the room. Kind of be like too stalkerish, crazy. But Sachi and the stalker to me is a no. But Sachi's like all the way down in hell, and then you have on the ground, and then you have our girl Sagawa. She's like number 2, great option for backup number 2. Like that is like, hey, if you don't be with Erica by the end, you better be with Sagawa. You better not be with Sachi. If this character becomes with Sachi by the
we are so
I will throw this series to like a bottom 2 out of 10. I will throw this series to a bottom 2 out of 10.
It's crazy that
she's been the biggest
annoyingness.
Yeah,
like I hate
on this season.
I'm sorry, I hate seeing her on my screen. I hate it.
Because I have enjoyed parts of this season, but it's like the content with her, like it's kind of put a little blemish on this season.
Agreed.
Honestly.
I have seen nothing wrong. Like none of the characters have like given me no dirty at whatsoever. Like, and I will remind you guys too. Unfortunately, how many times has she kissed our boy Nagi? 2 times now. 1 in the first season and now in the second season.
It should have been 0.
Neither of the girls, Erica or Hiro, have kissed them once. I bet Hiro kissed Nagi on the cheek, but not even on the damn lips. So you can't even talk shit about my girl right now. My girl Sachi right now.
And Nagi gets with Sachi by the end of the series or show, I'm throwing this shit at 2 out of 10. If we come to a tier list, I'm gonna make sure this shit do not even go higher than a B. If he becomes a Sachi at the end, I will be
I'll
utterly
take B.
pissed.
B's generous. I'll take B.
No,
don't get me
not
wrong,
higher than
interesting.
B. It needs to go be C, lower.
Come on, we'll get the B at least. Compromise. But no, don't get me twisted. I'm rooting for Hero. Like, as much as Erica is a great girl, like we want the main to, you know, always,
she like the main, yeah.
But I personally have always been like, it's the same thing with Watch-Raccoon, right? This Purple Hair Girl, I don't know, the Purple Hair Girls this season been going crazy. I'm not going front, but Hero personally for me, like, I just been loving her. I've always loved her since the first season. I really want them
she's
to,
become
like,
gutsy. Like, yes, she's become more brave. Like how you said, like the purple hair Hero actually wanted to get married, but then she got mad that these other main characters came on, and she's like, damn, I feel like a side character again. I'm like, yes, you should have back up and said, this is my idea for my shrine. I'm getting married with him, not ya.
The only thing I can really say to that is, like, so we have a new girl that we're not really speaking on about this season. And you were mentioning, Vash, about Dove, right? And I know not many people know about her, but I personally started watching her a lot this year alone. So shout out to Bao the Whale, who is a VTuber who you guys may or may not know, but she is the voice actress for the dub version of and she's been
she's
like,
great.
every fucking time she has a scene, I just stop watching sub, go straight to the dub. It's a shame that it's a couple episodes behind, but it's cool. I would always run back.
Yeah, just two behind.
Yeah, the concert scene, the concert moment where, because Bao also does music on her time. If you want to look up her stuff, go look at her YouTube channel.
Too?
Yeah, that is her voice. She does sing. So if you want to see her covers, she is phenomenal. Like, the girl has gone through a lot in her life. I'm not gonna really talk about that right here. It's not the time or place. But she is an underrated gem, and all I will say is definitely go support her on anything. She does do Twitch. She does do YouTube. Definitely watch all of it. She is phenomenal. She is also low-key a yandere in her VTube avatar. So I also being yandere works, and her character, like her actual like personality, works out perfectly in this character's in the anime. It's just so crazy as I'm learning more about her. So it's like there couldn't have been a perfect character that she could play as than this character. And I'm just like, I just can't wait to see what more shenanigans she could pull out in this season alone, because now she wants to marry. She's in it for, like, you know, the long haul type. She put herself, you know, in the ring. Now a new challenge is approached. So now I'm like, you know, I like Hero, but if Hero doesn't win, I wouldn't mind you know, Chinese girl that was rich, but now she just wants to marry and keep her all to herself. But she's also low-key crazy and can do music and concerts. I like that vibe. I wouldn't mind, you know, an idol character.
So Crash and Nate, you go think about your answers. So this is my quick question: if you had to choose 2 out of the 4, which are your 2? Crash.
Hero and I, hands down. Hero and I.
Okay, mine
is
gonna be
Erica. Screw the other 3.
It's gonna be Hero and Erica. That's gonna be my 2.
Erica just has the most chemistry with them, in my opinion. Like, honestly, like, she does. Like,
as a person,
their interactions and their, like, I don't know. Anytime I feel like they're on screen, like, I enjoy their scenes more than his scenes with any of the other girls. Honestly,
I mean, the hotel scene, that whole episode, that was nice. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that, honestly, I was kind of like, oh
yeah.
I
was hoping they would be there for an extra 12 days. They could have been there.
Yo, right there. It pulls up, bro. The dub when her and I were like, you know, locked in. They're kind of like, yo, like, you can't get married because you can't, bro. You saw the dragon and the tiger. They're about to throw hands, and now
cool.
he's like, yo, we gotta, that shit was about to go down. I was kind of like, oh, we about to see a cat fight, like shit like that. I love seeing with this kind of anime, and yeah, bro, I can't wait for you guys to see more of it.
I'd be laughing because the mom is a producer. I work in the entertainment industry, so I have known a few producers that like entertainment and like to make things in a joking way. So just seeing how the mom was acting, the way she was giving her personality, I'm like, yeah, that is kind of well portrayed from the entertainment world. So that's not wrong in that department. So that's really cool to see. And my 2, I give Erica and I give Hero because, one, Hero is his rival, and they could become good partners if they get with the communication and become something. when it comes to Erica, Erica is the perfect chemistry. He said it perfect, I think, in the previous episode 9, that Erica has been more times in those care moments that counts more than he can remember. So it's like when you have somebody like that and you through thick and thin, no matter what's the results or what they gain or not, and they're beside you, that's a partner, that's a spouse for life. Like I've had my partner even before we started dating. Girl's my best friend, and girl's been there. And right now, from what we saw in this episode, Erica has been told from her father, "You got to make up your decision. You got to wrap this up." So it seems like I feel like we're about to get the end of the series, not the end of the season. That's my guess.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, we should. I just got introduced. That's my thing. Like, you can't just introduce new girl like
The
that. And
manga's
then
still going. So.
Wait, the
Yeah,
manga's
I
still
think-
going?
Yes, manga's still going. It's still got a ways to go. I think season 3 is not that far off. You cook, bro. You just need more Sachi.
They go drag this.
Bro, get a third kiss from Sachi, my boy. You're gonna see a lot of
That's
sister
just how these
kissing.
things go,
This is the
man.
one that if Sachi gets another fucking third kiss, I will drop this shit. I will drop it like you did for Tubi Rags. I'll be like, nah, the sister con shit, throw that shit out the fucking window. That shit is
Honestly,
trash.
I would respect that. I get where you're coming from because it's not. I guess like it's not the craziest, most favorite harem by any means. But the
Look,
comedy and the animation it's been very, very good time for me.
Look, I let it slide with jokes aside when it comes to example, when it comes to Kirito and with Lifa. They were cousins, but they're not blood related now. So that was something.
Matter.
It doesn't matter, correct.
That was creepy too.
That was creepy too.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was a lot of
yes,
those.
yeah, no, yes. Hold up. Cousin wise, that is not blood no more. But when it comes to sister that you grew up with 15 years already, I cannot just switch like for him. When I get kids, just switch.
Alabama and start dating his sister.
Like I just can't switch that where you grew up with your sister Sachi for 15 years and then she starts growing some feelings for you and then you be like, you know what? My sister may be right. She ain't my blood no more. I'm like, bitch, I can't do that. I can't think like that. I can't just switch it off.
Can I just mention in Watch Raccoon, you're gonna get that with the little sister, not as badly as what Sachi's doing here, but you're gonna get something of that sort. So just be open-minded.
7, you better not get that with the little sister.
Yeah, no, but like in the
hope not.
beginning, for me, they went a little hard with it. I was kind of like,
Oh.
yikes, personally. But then it toned
Anyway,
down a
which
lot more.
watch?
Yeah, let's go. Which watch? Let's talk to me. How you guys feel? Okay, one person, I think.
Yeah, I think one person.
All right, so hear me out. Hear me out. They did another one of those episodes with the teacher and the student, and it was a lot of fun. I actually, bro, I would watch a whole like anime of just them two making a manga. It's actually kind of funny. Like I'm actually down with it, and like we get like I think a total of like 5 minutes of screen time with any of the main characters because this was just all side characters the whole episode. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, dealing with the Mikadono sisters is a breeze. We get was it last episode? No, where was it this episode? We kind of get her like admitting that she's not in it for the same reason the other sisters are for. You know?
Yeah.
And she's in it because she wanted that validation from her father. Her father's kind of a piece of shit and only cares about you when you have accomplishments. So she just wanted that validation and she doesn't care. She doesn't have the passion for like shogi. Like she's doing it because she's good at it, but she knows she's gonna hit her ceiling one day, and she knows that once that happens, she's not gonna be able to fit in with her sisters, and she's just gonna kind of fall to the wayside. Her father's gonna not care about her as much anymore, and she feels conflicted. She feels like she has like imposter syndrome amongst all these pro players, and especially her rival who cares so much about this and is so invested in this and cares so much. She feels like an imposter because she doesn't care. Like she does it because she's good. She could care less if about shogi, and it's really cool because we've gotten hints at this the whole season. Like the person who left that picture for him so he would set up the festival, it was her. She's the one who hurts the most when the other sisters aren't around. she's kind of the first person to jump on the bandwagon when he wanted to make him food. She's always been the first one to buy in to our boy, and we kind of get a glimpse at why. It's because she doesn't have passion for what she's doing. Like, and then we got our boy finally with the Rizzler himself saying, your passion is because of them. It doesn't take away that you're passionate about this because you want to like stand with your sisters. If that's why you want to pursue this, and if that's why you're doing that, there's nothing wrong with that. Your passion could be because you just want to stand with your sisters, and you want to be up there with them, and you want to feel the same things they do. That's a completely valid reason to continue what you're doing. So don't feel too bad about it. And if you lose passion for this, you can move on to something else. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be beholden to your dad. And it was really cool to see that. Like, Rizzler going Riz, and he's out here putting the Riz on her, and it's really good. I think this is my favorite arc of season 1, is because she's the one girl that didn't care as much. She's been kind of helping it. She's been kind of the helper for him in the shadows, helping him get along with the sisters the whole time. And now we get to see like what she's thinking and like why she feels that way. And I don't know. I really like this. I thought it was awesome.
I have no comment because I didn't get the chance to see the episode.
Yeah, so she has like she definitely, what is it, like they call it imposter syndrome, is like kind of what is going on with her, which is definitely more interesting, I feel like, for sure, compared to the other sisters. Obviously our boy, with the sweets and all that, how he handled it was how you would expect him to handle it, for sure. No, it was a nice episode. It's kind of nice that we're getting all the kind of arcs for each of them at the, as the season's kind of leaving off. I feel like that helps, right, for each of them, and in terms of how you like feel about their characters.
It helps humanize them, right?
Yeah, because like if you didn't like, say if you got 1 or 2 arcs from like one of them, and then the one gets like left out, it's one core. It's like kind of shitty for the one, for one of the characters. But like, true. I feel like with this, you kind of like,
it's kind of balanced.
You can get you have that balance. You can get a feeling for who you like potentially the most, and you could see obviously why, right, in comparison to other like even other harem series, right? I feel like they don't kind of like handle it this way, where it's like you don't really understand, like, or you don't get a good understanding of why the girls like the main guy. They just like him. Like in a lot of harems, especially, like, you just like the girls just like the main guy because he's the main guy. He's, like, but with this series, I feel like it makes sense for like why it's been made apparent, like why they like him. And obviously how that's been progressing. So the one thing I find interesting with this, with like the shogi bit, it makes me think of March Comes In Like a Lion, because like this, like in particular, like with what came out in this episode about how she doesn't really have the love or really passion for it. Like she would get grilled by freaking main dude from March Comes In Like a Lion, because I just think of an episode in particular where it kind of a very similar scenario where he knew his opponent was not really into it, and he found it disrespectful to him. So he just like, he didn't directly grill the dude, but he was like, oh, dude, it's such a great scene from that series when he is kind of like lashing out, like he's yelling kind of out into nothing essentially, but he's just kind of venting, letting out his frustration, because for him, from his perspective, it's the only thing he has. This is the only thing he has in his life. This is the only thing that's keeping him going. And the fact that someone is not taking it as serious as him and does not have that passion or love for it, like that just irked his soul. So that was like something I definitely thought of, like when I was watching this episode. I'm just like, damn, like she would get cooked by a main dude if Marsh comes in like a lion. But obviously both dealing with shogi. Obviously this whole series doesn't deal with shogi, but it is definitely a comparison, definitely something I thought about. So that was like another kind of reason why maybe I latched more onto this episode or like this arc in comparison to some of the other content. But yeah, it was a solid episode, I would say. Curious how it's gonna leave off.
I had a question for you guys.
What's up?
Since Bash was bringing up a couple of cuckoos, right? I had to ask about this specific anime. Of the three, if you only had to choose between one or the other.
Ooh, yeah, I'd probably say Nico.
Yeah,
For me,
she's the best one.
it's Nico or Kazuki. I mean, it has to be like
Really?
I lean Nico though. I lean Nico.
I'm Nico or Miwa. I'm not.
Nah, the shogi chick, they don't like each other. Like she likes him, but it's more like a respect. They're not a good pairing. And I think him and Nico are definitely the best. They have the best chemistry.
Yeah,
The entire time, every time they're on scene to get like in a scene together, those are the two that are gonna end up together. And if they're not, then I riot. Like that. That's how it is.
Agree. Vash, what's your take?
It's gonna be Nico. Second choice is gonna be Kazuki.
Okay.
I don't like the thing is I just don't like like Kazuki's cool, but like I don't look the tomboy look is fine when it's done well. She not a good tomboy. I'm sorry.
I'm not feeling it from her. I know the tomboys actually pull it up better. Yeah, I agree with you.
I guess I've been friends with a lot of decks in my life, so to me it seems normal.
That's the Anyway, we're moving on. Ruri Rock.
I said Nico.
Yeah, he said Nico. Ruri Rocks. Ruri decided this whole episode is about Ruri deciding what she wants to do in her life. She got like the career survey basically, and she decides, hey, she wants to go into mineralogy because she wants to find where all the pretty rocks are. And that comes about from this episode with her again with the sapphire looking, because she made that whole research paper basically. She doesn't even count as research, she counts it as treasure hunting, which is funny because she did more research about it than anybody there did. And she ends up finding the actual vein, like where it came from. Like previously she had found the vein like surfaced, but she actually went and found where it came from because she figured out a couple of things, and it was a really cool episode with her finally coming to the conclusion at the end of the episode that she wants to study mineralogy because she wants to find where the pretty rocks were. And I thought it was a really cool episode. I don't got much more to say than that. I mean, it's always a fun episode, but you know.
Yeah, I didn't get to it this week. Unfortunately, I didn't get to much of the Sunday anime. I'm not gonna lie, football and yeah, football.
Football.
Yeah.
Talk about them Cowboys. Talk about the Cowboys.
Hey guys.
Aren't the Cowboys like completely hurt? Like
They actually won. They actually won.
I know.
Hey guys, take a shot every time Crash says how's those Cowboys on the Optimus podcast in the next couple months during Monday Night Football.
If you see week 1, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I didn't watch Nukitashi. We're good with that.
Yeah, I didn't get to it.
I was gonna say, because I didn't bring it up again. I'm gonna rewind the clock. The last episode, I think you might have speak on it, memory, but who somebody did, but Nanase being the childhood friend.
Oh yeah, we spoke.
That I finally caught up. That was crazy to me. Hope she don't get the guillotine. I really hope she don't, because that's gonna be. Well,
she's gonna get the guillotine. All right, our boy's just gonna stand in. Don't worry.
That's crazy. But
anyway, Fragrant Flower. Yo, we're moving on.
Fragrant Flower.
Because Crash said he gets to go soon, so we're gonna keep going and not talk about superfluous things like
episodes. Did you guys watch it?
Of course. Bro,
Yeah,
we got
it
the
was,
Food Wars episode, bro.
Yeah, it was a good episode. We finally met Dad. Well, I mean, we had saw him before, but like this was like his official introduction, I guess you would say. Which, man, that dude apparently is like he be working his ass off from the look of it. Dude is just exhausted. But as soon as he heard his boy wanted to learn how to, he was like, yeah, that's the like, especially like your dad, right? It's like you're like if your dad, like my dad growing up, he played baseball, right? So like I'm sure when I was younger and I asked him to like teach me how to play baseball or like whatever, like he probably was like the same way our boy's dad was in this episode. Like he kind of just glows up. He's like, yeah, like hell yeah, like let's go. But also like he's gonna put you through the ringer too. Like he's gonna make sure you're on your shit. Right. So, and obviously mom had to be excited about the fact that it had to deal with a girl, you know, with Kawariko and stuff like that. So like they had their different reasons for why they obviously wanted to be there to support him. And obviously we know the support system for him, especially in this series, is great with the friends, but obviously it goes to the parents as well. For once in an anime, like we have a good set of parents. Like it's just crazy. Like who would have thought? But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty straightforward episode, honestly. Like, you know, him learning how to he was so kind of caught up on like what he was going to do for her birthday. And I feel like something like this, like, even though it's simple, it's the fact that he like went through learning, taking the time to learn to make it, you know, specifically for her. Especially for her, was, you know, that says a lot, right? Even though it is like a cake and maybe someone wouldn't, he knows she loves sweets. That's like the one thing he said he knew. But like the fact that it was something pretty simple, but it's kind of what else is behind it and like the meaning of it and what he was trying to like convey. Like even his dad asked him like, what do you want to get across with making this? Like that was the first question I think he asked him for, like, you know, why he wanted to do this, which is important, right? So I did like that aspect of it as well. And also just some of the you know, his parents' reactions, talking about him, like, you know, smiling now and just like how, like, even the dad, I think he was like, man, like our boy, like he's like smiling now. Like he's loving life, you know, like that's what obviously his parents with his upbringing that we've saw, you know, they obviously love to see that. So it was some really nice moments in this episode. I was surprised. I don't know. I thought maybe some people expected them to maybe be together a bit longer, but I feel like it happened pretty quickly. It's like it felt like they kind of just met, they got together, he gave her the cake and then dipped out. Like I would go try the cake at home.
So I'm out.
Yeah, like so that was kind of like maybe something that I could see people maybe bummed about. Like, oh, I thought they were gonna spend more time together on, you know, for her birthday or whatever. But nah, it was wholesome. It was sweet, adorable as always with this series. Also, a lot of Karuko's like reactions even before they were meeting, like her kicking her feet on the bed, like how they were gonna, you know, meet up on the birthday and all that. Her thanking Subaru.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't bring up Subaru. Like,
yeah,
you brought
Subaru.
Up our boys.
Yeah,
you brought up our boys.
No, Subaru with the alley-oop. Yeah,
right. Subaru out here.
Threw him a lob for sure.
Subaru out here. She is actually the wing woman of the year. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, hey, your girl birthday is coming up.
No, that was some real shit. That was
Bro.
It was. You know, in terms of like the amount of stuff to talk about, I feel like there's not a whole lot like with this episode, but the content we did have in it was like it was super nice. I enjoyed it a lot, for sure. It was a really good episode once again. So,
I will say, as a manga reader, some of the very recent chapters give a lot of weight to what was happening in this episode between specifically the mom and the dad. That like it like changes the meaning of what they were like and the whole thing. Like him asking specifically, what do you want to convey? Because that's it's important later. And like especially him asking that question, and the mom, you were right in a sense that she was happy that, oh, it's about a girl. It's more, there's more to it than that. And like, so like, especially from recent manga stuff, it kind of recontextualizes this and it makes it hit harder, is all I'll say. Because like this scene really hit because of what happened recently in the manga. If anyone has read it, you know what I'm talking about. It's really good.
Is there like a backstory with the parents or something?
It's a backstory with the parents. Yes.
I stopped at chapter 40, and again, it's because of some stupid shit I did. But I wouldn't mind going back.
Yeah, we remember.
Yeah. We don't forget about that. But I wouldn't mind rereading the manga.
and
Oh,
actually catching up to it.
it's good, bro. I recommend it.
No,
And that's
so
what
I
I'm
say I
saying.
had a good time enjoying it, honestly. Like
Oh, it's so good, dude. Like the art is phenomenal, man. And I mean the anime is a good. Don't get me wrong, the anime is amazing, right? So I mean, if you want to stay anime only, I recommend you do. But if you want to read the manga, I also say, hey, it's really good. So
I mean, if you're curious, don't be like me. But if you really want to continue on, the manga is a good time as well. So I will have to say, like the animation and everything. Well, I'm sorry, the drawings of how they're doing the manga and everything has been phenomenal. I'm having a great
Yeah.
time with that.
for sure, the
Maybe if
art
the
is
adaptation
so good.
wasn't like
On Netflix,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely be a lot more better.
well, not Netflix, but I mean, I know that's your deal, but.
Mm.
No, like if the adaptation wasn't like so good, I would go read the manga, but like I'll probably hold off, honestly.
Oh, I know for sure, yeah. And I like I said, if you want to do it, like this anime adaptation's been getting love, so I respect it.
Yeah.
But speaking about mangas that I've read, uh, Dress Up, Darling.
Is it time?
Mm.
It is time for
Yo,
church.
Juju in that cosplay, bro. Juju was out here, man. No, I feel like a lot of kind of like the message of this episode, like there were a lot of like parallels, I felt like, between like even what Juju and like what is her name? Miyako and the other girl, like kind of what they were telling Juju about like her cosplay and kind of how she felt about it. Because pretty much what they were trying to tell her is that like as long like they were saying like, oh, like I knew that I didn't look like the character, right? But I love the character so much, so that didn't even like really matter to me. And also there are things that you can still do to kind of help. Like the thing with Juju was it wasn't the height, right? It wasn't her, which I guess she is probably still worried about, but there are like other things as well. Like I think like her boobs, I guess, because they're like smaller. She felt like for some of the characters, like it just wouldn't be right for her to
But
play them. And
I love how they showed the push-up bra. That
yeah,
was
she was like, I got cleavage. Like, what the fuck?
yeah. She's just there. She's like, oh
She
shit.
was like, I'm so happy right now.
She's like, damn, I look like I could grab
Yeah.
it. And girl was just enjoying grabbing her non-fake titties. She's like, oh, wow, that's so cool.
This dude Crash, bro, got a slideshow going.
I'm sorry, oh my God,
That's great. No, that's great.
Sorry.
But it just
Nah.
shows that like the whole push-up bra, as someone like myself who lives with a wife, who lives with a partner, just showing like knowing about the woman dressing and everything, knowing about push-up bra, knowing about those things. It's like I can relate, I know about them, and just to know like the quantity of how that is from the woman, it's just funny. It was a cool enjoyment, but also understanding of how her precision is. So like she felt like that's not something that she's used to, and it's just the comedy, and she felt sincere and also seen. That was the most important, that she felt relatable, because she also asked her question that hey, they still cosplay even after college, and they have a whole cosplay club. She dead ass said that hey, I was gonna retire.
50-year-olds.
Yeah, like I was gonna retire, which is very true. Me and Crash and a few others, we went to Comic-Con. I've seen, as we spoke about in the anime podcast, that one of the people got proposed. Roy Mustang and a girl that was Lust. I've seen older gentlemen literally dress up as cosplays and still be old, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Roy Mustang
that was,
and Lust from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's funny as hell, bro.
You should have been at least dressed up as Hawkeye. Like, come on.
For real.
No, that's funny as fuck though. Like they did that on purpose. They did that on
They
purpose.
did. I agree. They probably did, but like, damn.
No, that's funny. But no, like yeah, like that. I feel like this episode hit on that a lot. Like right, like it's understandable, like that Juju's kind of perspective, right, on it about like her not even really looking like the character at all, or being able to nail it perfectly. But I think like what it came down to, like Ray, is like if you really love the series, love the character or whatever, right, like that's if you have a good time with it as well, like that's what matters. That's there's no like specific requirement for like cosplay, and that's why like when you go to like, you know, Vash mentioned a convention, you'll see all kinds of people cosplaying all kinds of characters, small, tall, like what you know, big boobs, small boobs, you name it, like hairy dudes, like I mean dudes dudes who are like bigger, but they're cosplaying like a fatter dude, but they're cosplaying like Kamina from Gurren Lagann, like you know, you see stuff like that, bro, and if they love the character, like who's to tell them they can't do that, right? That's like the beautiful thing about it, you know. So I did like the message with that with this episode, even like the content with Akira and getting more of her kind of backstory with Miyako, like the college students, and how she was like worried how they were gonna, you know, that they were gonna like judge her and whatnot.
That's relatable
at first. Yeah, like she was so worried that she was like, oh wait, they're in my class or whatever, like, you know, they're seeing me do this right now, like what are they gonna think of me? And then they ended up, you know, they liked the same series as her, and they kind of like a friendship, right, and just a bond, you know, bonds kind of blossomed formed from there. So like that was like getting more of that with her. I did really enjoy with the episode as well. I feel like what we had with Juju and even with her, I feel like kind of played into each other a bit, like kind of the message and kind of the theme of like what they were going for. So I did enjoy this episode quite a bit. Also, obviously seeing everybody in the cosplays, Juju kind of stole the show. Like we did see Marin in one of the cosplays, and I'm just like, man, like this is the most plain Jane, like obviously not an important character in the series or something like that, like kind of character.
She's one of the side boys that everyone wants to be dating the other side boy. Remember?
Is that what it was? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what
I don't recall.
Yeah,
I don't recall.
but you only could tell it was her cosplaying because of the voice. Like that. Yeah. That's like, yeah, because you. It was
her. Juju's sister and her were playing the two that everyone wants to be dating. So yeah,
it was cute. Yeah. I do agree. I love how Marin at the end of the episode she acts like, "Yo, so,
she's not stupid, bro. She's not stupid."
Like, so why don't Kira not like me? And they were like, which me and my girl still trying to find out. We're waiting for the anime.
I think I know what. I think I was talking about.
I think I know too.
I know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
I said it last week. I think.
Yeah.
After what because I was assuming, or
I didn't hear your review.
Yeah, I guess
of that episode last week.
Because that was the only other thing that I could think of, right? Was that like she has like she's like a fangirl essentially of her, has like a crazy like admiration for her. That's what I feel like, especially with what we had in this episode, even at the very end, the
especially
thing
with all of them saying it's not that.
Yeah,
like it's not that.
Yeah. Yeah, with more of the little bits we had with that in this episode, that just kind of sealed it even more.
Yeah,
for me.
I think it's safe to say, Nate, you're right. You're just right. Like,
if it's not jealousy at this point, then
it has to be envious. Yeah, she has to be envious.
She is a massive fangirl. Like she's like, I cannot speak in the same. It's the same thing as Marin with Juju. Like, that's really
it just seems more aggressive. But hey, I guess it's just the way it's portrayed and the way that's unseen because it's unspoken. So it is what it is.
Well, I mean, that's why even Marin said, "So what? You know, like, so she doesn't like me, right? Like, that's clear. We know
also,
that."
Oh, I forgot to mention that with Akira and her, like with her parents and all that, like how her parents were like, "Oh, you got to go out of that anime, that anime stuff, and you can't be doing that anymore." Like, I'm sure a lot of us have probably dealt with that, like with our parents. Like, when are you gonna stop? Like, or like even other kids like from school, like either other kids from school and whatnot. Like, when are you gonna stop watching that or playing with that? Like, you still do that? Like, you still play with that? Blah blah blah. What are you doing? Like, grow up, man. Like, yeah, like shit like that, you know. Like, so that definitely, I feel like, is probably a relatable thing for a lot of people, even if it's not your parents, if it's from other friends at school or whatever it was.
Well, you heard stories of this situation, so you know that not you yourself gone through, but at least you know somebody around you within your close type of radius gone, and it feels relatable. That's something that I felt hurtful for her character is why she was very shy, and I've been in those shoes because I had that a bit through my high school career, but when it came to college, I felt my own club. There was literally a comic book club, and I found home. And they also spoke about otaku stuff. I'm like, oh shit, I'm a weeb, and I feel welcome. I'm in college. I feel like I could, start something new, and it felt fresh. So like I could relate.
It feels you're like what you just described there just literally made me think of Akira's kind of situation, like in this
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, like honestly.
And I love Akira saying that, like when Gojo asks, so why do you keep doing this? And she's like, because I can never let them down. They gave me so much, and they made me feel welcome. And Gojo goes, that's the exact same way I feel about Marin. And it's like, fair enough. Like yeah. And so it's like, yeah. And I kind of love that. I love that duo dynamic of them. They're really cool together.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna help a lot though for like when eventually she is gonna have to talk with Marin, or like, you know, kind of maybe get over that, or I don't know, like if there's gonna be like some drama. I don't think maybe I don't know if that's gonna what comes out of it, but I feel like if anything was to happen because of kind of how she's hit it off with Gojo a bit, like I feel like that is gonna probably help kind of smooth things over in a way. They might just make a joke out of it and it's like ends up being no big deal, but like, you know, obviously the show has kind of in a way made it like a thing where it's like, oh, there's some tension here. So yeah. Curious to see how that plays out. Anybody else though for Dress Up Darling?
No, I think we're
Can't wait
good.
for next week.
Because
Oh yeah, it's next week. Next week's the last episode as well, right?
It is. I think.
Why
So there's gonna be season 3. There's gonna be season 3.
yeah, there has to be. There has to be. Like I feel like, or my Dress Up Darling, the movie. Let's go.
As much as I hate that, that might be the case actually. Like,
Oh
They
shit!
could wrap it up in all one in one go
Oh,
if they really
shit.
want to.
A beautiful, nice. It's like Kaguya-sama Lover's War. It's like they did a movie.
Bro,
Hey,
did you know
my
how many
Dress
people
Up
go
Darling?
see that movie?
Yo, I'm gonna have Crash just gooning all over the theater right in front of kids right there.
Bro, you understand? It's gonna be all white
I'm
over there.
gonna fly out to New York just to watch it with y'all.
Oh, bro,
Let's
we
go.
out.
It's lit. No.
We out.
If I think, let's go to California and let's go to the premiere.
Oh,
that's
you know what?
big
Pull up,
brain. I
pull
like
up,
that.
let's
Big
go.
brain.
At that point, pull up the shit.
Oh, hell
You know,
yeah.
like this man's
By
spin
then,
right now, like
by
that.
then, I'm in studio would get passes. I would just pay for the flight of us, and we just fly out first class. I gotcha.
I like
For
that.
Grem, he could just
Big
take
moves.
a bus or a train or something since it's close by already.
All right, shit. You know,
Take a plane to California just to goon for 2.5 hours. Sounds like a plan to
Red
me.
carpet
Alright.
experience, but we got the
Isekai fantasy. I'm gonna talk about Water Magician. I'm gonna go first because all I care about is that our elf girl is feeling lonely and she's like, "Where's my boy? Where'd he go? I gotta wait a week." It was so cute, and that's all I got from this episode. Honestly, I didn't give a shit about anything else that happened.
I was hoping for some type of water magician versus the infernal magician, which in my head it's just you're the fire magician, you just have stronger fire and it makes it infernal. That's what I see. And I was hoping for some fight. Maybe we might get some fight in the next episode since the castle is gonna be is getting attacked by some invaders and the princess is there, and my boy Elbath or Abo or Aven, something like that, is probably gonna be unarmed because he has no weapon. So my boy, the water magician, is gonna be flying up, probably in for the rescue, or the inferno is gonna do something. One or the other is my prediction. Nate, got any comments for magician?
I don't have much to say honestly. The main thing I want to talk about is the main portion of this section.
Okay.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
seeing Elf Girl though, like Graham
That's
mentioned,
cute.
like her
That's
kind of
cute.
like despair little moment. Yeah, like I did like that, and I mean also seeing like the other side, I guess, of the fire magician girl. Like obviously she don't really like the whole like royalty kind of thing and whatever. So yeah, seeing kind of that other side of her was kind of nice too.
A big shout out
But, yeah.
for the Seven Prince season 2 episode 10. I'm enjoying the stuff we're getting. It was nice to see my boy Grim, him just being a badass, and now they're about to watch the final fight up in the sky. Pretty cool shit. I enjoy that. And
What the hell was that form that he had? I was not a fan of that.
I just felt like that's his human form that he chose.
With the horns he had?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I was not a fan of that.
I just felt like that's his human form, which was pretty cool. Like I like it. I didn't see much to do anything crazy with it. Private Tutor, Duke Magician, and Apocalypse. I did not see their most recent episodes. I don't know if good, bad, or even I could recommend. Man, I grab any quick thoughts before I say my comment about New Saga, or if you want to go first with New Saga, you can go ahead. No, okay. So, for New Saga, I would say for New Saga, it was really enjoyable. The main character is an asshole. I really didn't think that he would kind of think twice or maybe plan more ahead, but nah, he gives no fucks.
Yeah, New Saga was great. I love the way he so heartlessly told his boy, I don't care what you do, she doesn't leave there alive. And the way he killed the other dude too. He was ruthless with it. Pretty good.
I agree.
Do you want to talk about Seventh Prince?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Bringer, because I'm the only one watching it right now. We're about to see some. We're about to see what happens when an unstoppable cutscene happens to a 4K game. Wonder what's gonna happen there. Unskippable cutscene.
Unskippable.
Yeah. Dangerous.
I'm curious. Cool.
Yeah.
Unstoppable
private-
force meets immovable object.
Private Tutor with the Duke's daughter. I'm gonna train your sister to kick all your asses so she doesn't have an inferiority complex anymore.
Oh,
That's the whole episode.
I also hate the sister con thing in this show as well. I just don't even speak about it. So trust me, Crash.
Burn it
I
all.
You don't fuck with it.
What's this con thing?
Burn it all with fire.
How the two little girls have a crush on him, and
He isn't related to either of them. That is just child shit. That's not sitcom stuff. That's different.
But they call him brother a few times.
One of them calls him brother.
Yeah.
And that's because she assumes that he's going to marry her sister.
Yeah, the older sister. That one I support. Her, yes, 100%. They're a relationship. They should stick together and just call it a end of day.
The red one, the one that calls him brother, is not interested in him because she knows that that's his sister's man. Her sister's man.
True.
So no.
Burn it with fire.
Anyway, Clevitas, which I'm surprised this isn't a actual conversation because we got some fucking heavy lore drops.
Oh shit, you're
guys.
right. I forgot about that one. Yeah, you're right.
We got some heavy lore drops, and then we got Clevitas saying, "Fuck it, I'm out. I don't care anymore," and peacing out. Like, I'm so interested in what's gonna happen here. Because apparently everything is the extinct humans, everything is their doing. And so like even like the dark beasts are just made because the humans wanted them to be there or something. And like this is like the remnants of like a post-apocalyptic society, and and Clevitas just kind of fills out. He just basically sees the secret of the universe and goes, all right, well, I'm done. And it almost seems like he's like, I just don't care anymore about anything. And he's like, guess I'll go home and fuck off because I don't care. I don't know. I thought this episode was interesting and worth at least talking about.
You brought a great point. You said my exact words. I can't really add much to what you said because you said exactly how I felt. This was a good episode. The fight scenes, by the way, in the first part of this episode was very solid. This is definitely well deserved to be my top 10 because this great monologue of the character, beautiful. Every time when a character has their own inner monologue and trying to understand themselves and understand their own world and what's going around them, and now they're making their own decisions, but it's a question of reality of, are you making your decision because of fate, or are you trying to break the chains of fate by making a decision to walk away? But is this the decision that is going to fall upon you? Like, it's really curious to know where it's going to be the next steps for this final episode. The fight, by the way, was really solid, but you knew that you was never going to win against this fucking mutated dragon knight motherfucker, dragon slayer.
Yeah, so some people were pointing out that, like, because I was reading like on Reddit and even like AniList, people were saying that like, oh, this episode felt different in terms of like, you know, production value. And
I did, I agree.
That was because a legend, like I would say a legendary animator was in charge of like handling this episode. Hironori Tanaka. He just goes under TNK. He goes under
was, oh,
TNK is
shit.
like, yeah, so he handled this episode, so that's probably why the episode felt different, you know, and better production wise compared to probably more of the other episodes. But yeah, so yeah, the fight with Alicia and what's his name, Rhodes, I think is his name, the ice dude.
Yeah,
Seeing them,
Spirit.
yeah, the tag team, like that was dope. But then also like obviously some of the lore bits we got with like the true, I think what are they, true humans or whatever they dubbed them or called them, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, the true humanoids.
Yeah, that bit was interesting. And then obviously at the end, Clen just kind of, like Grem mentioned, he's just like kind of fed up. Yeah, he's just like, man, I there's no hope for y'all. Like, I don't know. I'm curious how it's gonna leave off for sure. Cause like,
Because it
I don't
can't
know,
end like this, right?
I hope
it
not.
can't end
I
like
hope
this.
not. It
Yeah,
can't.
it cannot end like this, right? I just can't see this. I don't see how. Like, it has to leave off on a cliffhanger or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see how a series with the main character's name being Clevitus. I can't see how Clevitus is just gonna fucking leave and be like, I don't care about the plot anymore. I'm out of here. Like he seems to be just done. I'm curious what's gonna go. Like I'm super intrigued now, to be honest.
Yeah, but there also was that what was it? The no, it wasn't a scroll, was it?
It was a book.
Oh yeah, it was the book. I feel like that may be, I don't know, that might have something to do with like
The book was giving me Bible vibes.
people learning, maybe like the next generation to come or something, like maybe being I don't know, like maybe like a time skip or something along those lines. Like I don't know, because if Clen's gonna just leave, because like you would think, oh, it's the main character, like they can't leave, but if they do go for that and maybe like a lot of time passes, you know, even with the baby, right? If a significant amount of time passes and there's like a whole new kind of generation that's being brought up with a lot of this, like this ancient or like this magic or whatever the hell, I feel like that could be a potentially cool direction to go with it. You know, for like the next season, or to leave it off with, I guess. I don't know.
It's an interesting possibility of where it could go next. But you know what else?
Yeah,
we could do?
I mean, I could see a lot of. I could see Clen just not dipping, or I could see a time skip. I could see, I don't know.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell, because you know what else could be time? Only time when a girl gets a makeover and gets a corset pressed on her, she actually looks prettier and actually more confident to talk to your high school friend or ex-friend that wants to be, hey, a bit envious or jealous of because you got to accomplish because something that you couldn't do yourself. I'm talking about The Secret of the Silent Witch, episode 10. I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode very much. It was very well showing to overcome your fear because of how hurt you felt from one of your closest friend in high school or in certification school of like the Magic Academy, and your friend telling you, hey, fuck off. I felt like you lied to me, and I felt like you have been lying to me this whole time, and you was actually using me. That could feel painful as a friend, and being told in this hard to trust environment. And he said it, the lines, you should just hold yourself up in the cabin in the woods. Now we find out her origin story of why she's stuck in the cabin in the woods, because she got told by her friend that, hey, drop dead, because I do not see you as a person or friend or even a person existing in my eyes. So that felt very sad. And even the way he approached it, like, oh, hey, your name is Monica, just like a friend. Let me reintroduce myself. And just even say friend or acquaintance, she noticed that. And she still stand tall. I'm proud that getting broke until her two friends came to catch her. Because I'm not going to try to explain. That was some crazy top of telenovela right there going on. That was a
My
soap
woman.
opera. Nah, that's my woman. I felt like two different genders going there. And he was dumb. He was dumbfounded. Like, I don't even know what to respond back to.
Talking about threesome or whatever,
Yeah.
and then she was, she was like a love triangle. You know, you could kind of make that work, but like a quad, like nah.
Yeah, quad, nah. So I'm like, I'm laughing
you gotta
about
see
that.
your way out of this shit.
And I just know Monica was like, "Hey guys, I love you.
Can you guys
But-
please? I love you. Can you be a cat and a bird again, please?
This don't work for me. I need some normalcy in my
Bro,
life.
her cover is gonna get blown so bad. They keep sticking around like this, doing some shit like this, bro. But hey, to have her around now, protecting her as well, along with Nero, that's kind of lit, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll just to have more screen time from her. That's gonna be cool.
It's just good luck on the
Sense after
embarrassment.
what had happened, but yeah, I mean, with what the content we had with Bernie in this episode, it makes sense. Like, I feel like a lot of what has shaped kind of, well, obviously we've saw other glimpses of her past with like her father and all that, like, but I feel like this adds on to even more of kind of a lot of what shaped, I guess, the person. You know, she obviously she's been growing, developing a lot with these new characters she's been around, but like before this point, right before meeting a lot of these characters, like the kind of way she was, it makes, you know, sense something like this happening. You know, the first person that she met, like she truly thought she kind of had a friend, someone who understood her, and you know, things like that, for him to ultimately like turn on her, right? Like,
Bro,
that's
drop her
like
so fast.
brutal.
Oof.
Yeah, that's brutal. A lot of people would kind of, you know,
Go be stuck
block
up in the
themselves
cabin of the
off.
woods.
Yeah. They would kind of go into that shell, you know, and not want to come out. So, you know, it makes sense. A lot of the thing, you know, a lot of the ways we saw her act or like be, like, you know, it makes sense from her past. So yeah, I did like the content with revolving around that in this episode. Also, the new look, I'm not a fan. I know Vash said he's a fan. I'm not a fan, bro. I like the hair. I'm not a fan of the hair change. I'm not a fan of even the glasses. Like, I know it's just for show. Like, that was actually a funny bit with the episode. I'm not gonna lie. She said it makes me look like I'm a chess player, like I'm good at chess or whatever. I'm not a fan of the glasses though. I prefer her hair how it was before. I prefer the no glasses. You know, to each their own. You know, we may have our different taste preferences when it comes to that. That's, you know, I'm not a fan of like of the new look.
I think she was adorable.
I mean, she's still cute, but I'm just saying I like the old look more. That's just I'm not.
No, I don't know, something. Dude, the bang, the side sweep. I don't know, that it's kind of cute. I kind of dig it. I'm not gonna lie. Now that being said, and glasses, bro. Like, man, I don't know. Like,
Girl's adorable.
she's cute. She's adorable. I do think that, like, I understand. Like, I think it's good when she's not done up too. Don't get me wrong, but like, it was cute. It was refreshing. And now, because she's not here, I have to do it for her. Not my Monica. No. Why did they butcher my girl? Can't believe. If you did, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm doing, on the Discord, Memory over here and Neko,
they massacred her.
Yeah, we're talking about how they massacred our girl, so I'll do it for her, you know. But I disagree. I thought she was pretty good.
Well, you need to do it side by side, because I mean, it's like, yeah.
Bro, it's the side sweep, dude. It's the side sweep, bro. That shit, it goes hard, bro.
I ain't feeling it.
I agree. It was cute.
I ain't feeling it in comparison.
I can't wait for the next 3 episodes that are left, because the last episode is going to be still on week 1 of the fall season. So I'm really curious to see how this last episode is going to hit, this last 3 episodes of the chess arc, and how, because I believe he's the second crown prince. So I'm curious to see, because his brother and him, they didn't really interact. They just say, hey, welcome, representative, and that's it. So I thought more drama was going to keep going, but I guess it didn't.
Well, as far as I'm aware, doesn't the first prince not want to be king, and the second prince doesn't either, but the second prince is being positioned as the next king by his people?
Yes.
And the first prince doesn't give a shit. So aren't the princes specifically not in it? Like, they specifically do not care?
True.
Like, I thought we were given that. I thought, unless I'm tripping, I thought. So
I feel like you're
sense.
giving the correct information. I feel like you're giving the correct information. So most likely it just depends on how it's gonna. But like, I thought they would say hello, brother, or something like that. Like, I thought the prince will at least be aware of who they are, or something. Like, they just didn't even give no type of cordial of salute or nothing.
I don't know.
But that's all.
Yeah. go to our top 10 rankings. So let's start with our boss man. What do you got for your top 10?
What do I have for my top 10? I'm gonna tell you guys. To Be Hero X, episode 24, the finale, man. It's To Be Hero X, the goatness of heroes. Dr. Stone, season 4, episode 10. Dun season 2, episode 11. Togen Anki, episode 10. Sakamoto Days, episode 10 of the season, or episode 21. The Secrets of the Silent Witch. Clever Test, episode 11. My Just So Darling, The Water Magician, and supposedly have the One Magician twice, which I'm like, I don't remember writing that, but hey, I guess I wrote it twice. I guess it was so good that it deserves to be on my top 10 ranking twice. So hey, the One Magician number 9 and 10. Let's go. Crash.
Okay, who's next?
Yeah. So I just want to let you guys know in advance, that number 10 on my list was supposed to be fucking Rising of Shield Hero. I had to put something that was lower on my list just to not put that. That's how fucking bad my list is cooked. But I promise you, it was better than last week's. I'll tell you that much.
Charity placement.
Yeah, charity placement. So number 1 is Called the Night. You already know why. Number 2, Rent a Girlfriend. Shit's going down. Like, shit is really going down drama wise. Believe it or not, if you guys want to believe me. It's
Had the scene happen yet? The big scene that people have been hyping up for this season?
Not this Tuesday, the following Tuesday, the last episode.
Oh, the last episode.
When she goes crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
It's building up to that now, so that's what we're seeing.
Has he already imagined himself getting NTR'd?
That's gonna be next season. That's next core. That's next core. Yeah. But we're getting to that point. We're getting to that point.
I remember that scene and people fucking tripping their balls off about
it. The manga panel went so hard. I can't wait to see that too being animated. Number 3, Dr. Stone, Future Science. Yes, it is in my top 3. It went really, really, really hard. Can't wait to see what happens next episode. Number 4, New Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. We didn't talk about that. We rarely ever talk about that on our honorable mentions, but I do want to give a shout out to that. I kind of don't remember right this moment what the episode was about, but
okay. So what it was? Okay, so the first half was like they're basically.
Oh yeah, it was like
Panty was an alien that came to Earth and started fucking
everybody.
Yeah,
I heard
fucking their life force.
It was a Future Boy Conan reference or one of
one of them was Future Boy, one of them was Conan. But he basically she went and started fucking people like. She came down like the Terminator, butt ass naked, and started fucking getting plowed by everybody, and then started sucking their like souls out.
Alien reference too, I think, in there or something.
And then her head got cut off, and then she went inside a Stocking, and then Stocking started fucking everybody and sucking their souls out. And then she had like a black hole vagina, and then Brief got his dick bit off. And then Garter Belt got killed, and then he sucked Brief's dick to go into Brief, and then Brief was Garter, and then fought the black hole vagina.
No, it was fired.
And that was only the first half, because the second half, I don't know if it's the copy I had. But like there were no subtitles, and they were speaking a language that I didn't understand.
Alien shit, bro. I don't even know.
Speaking alien shit, and so basically you are there with no fucking subtitles, no fucking anything, and you just gotta watch it. And yeah, it's Conan, and it's so clearly Conan, and she gets betrayed at the beginning, and then she's going around killing people, and she has Brief with her the whole time, and she's fucking all the because Panty's actually a man in this one with tits, and she's fucking bitches at all these
left and right, bro. Like, oh god,
left and right, work. And she sets Brief free, and then she goes and fights
the twin-headed demons.
The two demons is a twin-headed dragon, and Stocking is the horse that gets eaten by the dragon. And then she kills the dragon, and that
using Stocking's spine as a sword. That shit was gas.
I don't know. I just want you to know there were no subtitles for that entire sequence, so you just had to fucking watch because there was nothing.
You gotta lock in.
You gotta lock in.
It was so heat.
It honestly felt like Conan, like watching Conan back in the day. If you guys have ever seen Conan the Barbarian, that's what it felt like.
But also Garbo, like I don't know the name of the TV show. You probably know. It's like not back to.
It was Tales from the Crypt.
Thank
He
you.
was
Yes.
he was doing a Tales from the Crypt thing.
Yeah,
he was
doing a bit.
it would go back to him, and he would be in a random situation, and he would say, "Have you ever thought about this?" And it was either you could either say it's Tales from the Crypt because that's what I associate it with, or it could be Twilight Zone.
Thank you.
It could be either one. It could be either one because they're both the same thing with the narrator doing it. So it could either be Tales from the Crypt or Twilight Zone. So, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
This whole season has been fucking phenomenal. I'll have to say that. Like it's been literally my top 10 this whole season. But that's number 4. Number 5 is Couple of Cuckoo season 2. Number 6 is Dealing with Makoto Sisters is a breeze. Number 7 is Down season. I was very torn between Makoto Sisters and Down, but I gave it a little lower. I'm sorry. Number 8 is No Freaking Way Be Your Lover. Number 9, Sakamoto Days. Yes, even though I'm calling it mid, it is on my top 10. Yeah, this list is cooked. And number 10, because I do not want to put Rising of the Shield Hero on number 10, I'm gonna put Summer Pockets. I really don't have much to say on it other than she went back in time and she's older now and she's cooking fried rice.
What?
Yeah. I don't know what to say about this. I kind of it was going high and then it's now slowly starting to go a little low. I don't know how to feel about this now. Yeah, time travel's weird. But that's my top 10. Man, Grem, what you got for us?
All right. Number 1 is 2B Hero X. I didn't get to speak during the 2B Hero X segment. I got kind of overshadowed and ignored when I tried to speak. So I'm gonna speak here. X was hella saucy. Like so saucy. Like he came out and looking like Faker during the day, which was kind of sad. Then he came out and started fucking destroying people, running away for 8 hours while also telling a story. It was really fucking cool. And then there's like, so what are you gonna do? Like they're all gonna be gunning for you, and he's like, bro, I'm just about to clock out. Snaps his fingers, and he's there, and he's like, all right, and he's there as Faker instead of being X, which is pretty dope. And let's see what's gonna happen with that. I'm kind of excited for season 2, bro. It's so fucking hype. All right, because I had to speak on it since I couldn't earlier. Number 2, Sakamoto Days. Sakamoto Days. I mean, I was trying, and I just kept getting talked over. I was like, okay, fine, like I'll stop. Sakamoto Days is up there as peak. Number 3, Togenanki. I want so for the record, all 3 of these have the same rating for me. They're all 9 out of 10s, so they are interchangeable in my opinion. They're all pretty good. 4 through 8, I think, also all have the same rating. So yeah. But yeah, number 4 is Dandadan. Number 5, Clevitas. Number 6, Silent Witch. Number 7, Mikadona Sisters. Number 8, Fragrant Flower. They are ordered in what I think was the best of the rating, but yeah. Number 9, Grand Blue. Number 10, Kaiju number 8.
All right. For me, I have a top 6. I just feel like these 6 were just above the other ones from the week. Number 1, I had 2B Hero X. Number 2, Call of the Night Season 2. Number 3, Dr. Stone's Science Future Core 2. Number 4, Fragrant Flower. Number 5, Dress Up Darling Season 2. And number 6, Dandadan Season 2. I just feel like those were just leaps and bounds better than whatever would have been next, honestly. Like, there just would have been a big gap for me, but like after that.
Throwing it to Mr. I think is in How to Fly is Spitmaster Vash. So thank you for everyone enjoying this episode 11 of the Binge Podcast for episode 46. Like I want to say, we appreciate for your support. Thank you for always listening. Comment in your top 10 of the week. Let us know in the comment section below. And people will leave you behind and not communicate on the watch along is going on without you, Chad. I just love when you're finding out live on the show, or you're finding out 6 months later that people have watched other episodes without you until you find out much later. It hurts, but hey, as long as it's communicated, maybe the pain will be easier to digest. But hey, Chad, It was glad to have you here. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the 25 anime reviews in one podcast episode. It's always fun to review them, chat. I know Crash enjoys it and being locked in here, be like, yo, I'm here. We gotta go. I gotta go. Right, Crash? Any last words?
The schedules just never line up. Honestly, find the 2 or 3 that you know will be there and fuck everyone else. Leave them behind. Fuck them. 7 episodes in a day. Where the fuck y'all been?
Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Follow us on our social medias.
For the record, I wasn't gonna say anything, okay?
Please, join us on
Look,
Discord.
Nate blew up my spot, bro. I was gonna
Well
be quiet
said.
about
Well
it.
said.
I
was
Blow
gonna
people
say it.
on spot. Let them know. Communicate.
I'm a fucking real one. I'm a
Yes,
fucking
we
real
are.
one.
I was gonna
Chat.
say it
I'm feeling
next
like
week.
Monica.
I was
I'm
gonna
feeling like
say it
Monica
next
out
week.
here.
Personal,
Left us in the
we
fucking
didn't,
dust.
like,
You
speak
put a
about-
Bernie.
Episode
You put a
47
Bernie,
next
bro.
week, week
I was
12,
gonna say it
and then
next
week
week. I was
13,
gonna let
episode
y'all
48
know.
for the tier list. We're gonna
Went to
argue,
Tucker's
and
head.
To Be Your Ex will be S tier, chat. Take care.
That'll be A tier at best. But no,
Fuck
we're
you,
gonna
Bernie.
let. Nah, I was
Bernie
gonna let you
Jr.
guys know. I was
Bernie
gonna let.
Jr.
Next one.
I was gonna let y'all know next week when I finished it and tell you
Alright,
where it was
Bernie.
on the.
That's funny. Bye.
Honestly,
Don't be like
that's
me.
horrible.